It's time for Dragons and Things is so high.
Jim John's Milton.
Jim Jam.
We've all gathered to play Pathfinder, however, because that's how dedicated we are to the game. We just love it so much. It's episode 21. Dragons and Things.
You're glistening, Jim Jam.
I'm glistening. That's a healthy glow, I think. I don't know. We all may die here in the Krag Cave tonight, not just in the game, but in real life. And won't that be exciting for all the fans out there? Those of you who were with us last week know that tonight we are turning our attention to the B team. We have Claret, Kimbleton,
B team, best team.
Adla.
Yes.
And who else?
Oh, who
I
knows?
don't know. Perhaps no one else.
Oh, is that 6 foot tall one?
Else.
That's it. Oh, no, wait.
She dead.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Krag would be here with us, but he's literally in Hawaii. Like, the actual person named Eric Raddick is away from us. He went off to Hawaii. He knew how horrifically hot it was going to be in the Krag Cave and was like, peace, I'm out.
Oh, goodness.
So, yeah, we have the B team this week. We also, as always, even on the hottest days, we have prizes. Prizes for everybody.
Prizes!
And this week, the Twitter poll has declared that you guys have all given in. You've all submitted to the will of Social, and you have chosen Twister Glee as the NPC to present prizes this week.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So that's what we're going to be doing. That's how we're going to do it. I actually had to go back and rewatch. We had to rewatch Twister Glee because I could not remember. It had been so long since I'd done that character. And honestly, we're all fried here anyway, so it might just be a mess no matter what we do. Everything's gonna be a mess tonight, but it's all good because we have prizes and you want prizes. Well, Sirenscape. Do you hear them? Out there, the sounds, the music, the people, the voices, all from Sirenscape, and we're giving this gift to you. $20 towards their sound sets, a wonderful prize. We're also giving away a Brick Warriors Warrior Pack. All the things you need to turn the Lego minifigures into whatever you want. Bend them to your will. Remake them anew with accessories and weapons. I don't really have much else for you there. A book. The Pathfinder role-playing game Advanced Player's Guide. What secrets does it have inside? You'll find out when you win this book along with these other prizes. How do you win? Share. Show us how to share. I think you have to show us how to share. Sorry.
Could be yours if you follow these easy steps. First, find the share button, then click it. Next, click the tiny blue bird. A tweet has been magically composed for you. Simply click the blue tweet button. Or, since words can be fun, type your own message. Just be sure not to delete any of the important parts, like the link or the hashtag. Remember, your tweet must be public, and you must live in the US or Canada to win. Winners are selected at the end of every episode. Good luck, heroes!
Guys, a big shout out, a huge thank you to Paizo for providing prizes this week. If you are looking for any other officially licensed Pathfinder or Starfinder materials, go over to paizo.com. And interestingly enough, you'll know that they fought the good fight, and we are actually playing under the Pathfinder banner officially. We are no longer supposedly playing that other game. No, we are playing Pathfinder tonight.
Yes!
That's exciting. Big shout out, of course, also to Brick Warriors. If you go to brickwarriors.com and you're thinking, oh, there's about $10 worth of stuff I want from them, do not forget to put in the code BrickKrag as you are checking out, because you're going to get 10% off your order, and that's amazing. And if you do go over to Sirenscape.com, be sure to check out that app, whether you win this awesome gift card or not, because you can try it out for free. And it's awesome, and it's made a huge impact on all the games that I've played. Everybody uses Pathfinder, both on everybody's been using Sirenscape, both on stream and in our personal games. It's been awesome stuff. Make sure you go over and check that out. I don't know, as I think I talked about all the stuff that I got to talk about, so if you guys are ready, we can just roll into a little recap. We'll recap a little bit, and we can set the scene, find out what has the B team been doing while the Krag crew has been traipsing about the Darklands. The heroes, led by Flynn, the morally ambiguous Deep Gnome, are making their way through the Forgotten Ways to the Darrow stronghold known only as the Court of Madness in hopes of completing a vital mission. However, elsewhere in the Darklands, their friends race to stop them before they make a terrible mistake. Both groups have suffered greatly in these hostile lands below the earth. In fact, the first victim has already been claimed. Celestia, cleric of Arender, never to feel the warmth of the sun again, as after you were all attacked by horrors with long, crushing tentacles. You have all been following a mad dark elf who claims to know where your friends are and has Quigley's sword as proof. But given his apparent insanity, you are beginning to doubt him more and more. He presses ever onward, occasionally muttering to the bat that flutters about his head, whom he calls Creech. He holds long, whispered debates with this creature, and from the sounds of it, often defers to the creature's judgment, if indeed he has some communion with it at all, and isn't simply talking to himself. Given his demonstration of strange powers thus far, either option is likely. After the battle that claimed Celestia's life, you pressed on at Adla's insistence. No time to mourn the dead, though you did gather Celestia's holy symbol and weapon to return to the church so that she can be properly remembered. Most of her other belongings were destroyed in a blast of eldritch flame that Adla used to incinerate the creature still clinging to her lifeless corpse.
Yes, and then Adla took her ashes.
It has been a full day since then. You slept as best you could in this hostile land, and whether through Adla's careful guidance or sheer blind luck, you made it through the night without any danger. It is during the following day that you come upon the site of recent violence. You find 3 desiccated bodies of gray-skinned dwarves. They are shriveled and bloodless, though there is plenty of blood everywhere else on the battlefield. It's as though someone drained every drop from these 3 bodies until there was none left, and then splashed it around the scene with wild abandon. One of the bodies appears to have been picked over, or 2 of the bodies actually appears to have been picked over, stripped of equipment, while the other one still bears some equipment and weapons, armor and gear. Adla, you recognize a Durgar slave crew when you see one, even a dead one. Perhaps this is the very crew that the abomination was freed from.
Oh, yes.
In either case, it bears investigation. What do you do?
We read comments!
Comments!
Krag, son of Horus, says, fire up the dice cam. There is no dice cam.
There's no dice cam, Krag. You know this.
Sarah Girl 9959. Yes, I've been waiting patiently, but now I want Jim Jam to hurry and tell us what happened, Jim Jam.
Getting there. We're doing it.
Elite Trooper 348 says, "Hurrah, dragons and things! A co-worker complimented me on my Krag shirt today."
Good.
Very stylish.
Axiom says best show on the web.
Good
Aren't we?
Good shirts.
Yes, we are.
Skylily083 says, somebody get Jim Jam a popsicle.
We've already
ate popsicles.
quite a few
Get them at some
popsicles.
point.
We had some popsicles earlier.
Yes, we did. Didn't
Take a
we,
break and get
Creech?
some.
All right.
Sorry.
Chase Shaw, hi, that. The power is out at home, but I still wanted to sign in for my phone and say hi and share.
Aw, thank you,
Oh,
Chase.
well, hello,
Shaw.
Chase.
Kitsu 723, episode 21, perfectly aged for the hearts.
That's right.
Ooh.
That's right.
In Hanson, so are all the prizes coated in sweat at no extra charge? Just for
We're
you
sending
guys.
a little piece of us with every prize.
Krag, son of
More
Horus,
sweat.
says, "Rest in peace, Celestia, killed by whores."
Horse.
I don't recall that part of the game at all.
I don't either.
But okay.
And Fiora
Did we hit
says,
our head really hard
Hey,
when we got down to
people-
the bottom of the hill, apparently?
Hi, Tobias. Hope you're
Hi,
feeling
Tobias.
better.
Hey, Tobias. Hope you're feeling
Hello,
better,
Tobias.
Tobias.
So Voss sent a little package.
Ooh, I didn't
in
know
the
we
mail.
had presents
So,
of our own.
You were
don't-
talking about it earlier.
No, I don't know what it is, but I hope it's something quite fun. There's so the first thing is
What the hell? I see something.
yeah, you see something. So this one says you make my heart blossom, and it's basically sugar. But oh yeah. You want to see what that is? Pretty sure we can't show that one on camera there, Jim Jam, but it's very, very fun. And
very phallic.
it's very
Is that a
phallic in
wiener?
nature.
A sugar wiener?
Yes, it's a sugar wiener.
Sugar wieners.
And there's another candy over here that's a
What is it?
very phallic in nature as well.
What's happening?
And
Why are
Wait,
there so many sugar
got
wieners
some,
in the crab cave?
we got some gummy boobs as well, so don't you worry.
To give you guys a hint, there's the confetti shape.
Yeah, there they are.
Oh.
We got
in
some
there?
gummies in here. We got gummies.
So perfect. We'll eat those afterwards.
That's for the
should
the
probably-
crab
That's for the
cave
after
after dark.
show,
Yeah.
right there.
Dark
After dark.
chocolate.
You should probably put that in the fridge.
We probably should put that one in the fridge.
President Voss says I sent him a bag of dicks.
It sounds like you did. It
So,
sounds like
yes,
you
welcome.
sent everybody a bag
Oh
of dicks.
my God.
Now, do we find that on one of the bodies?
Yes, there's
Yeah.
a bag of dicks just lying on the
Go check the
ground.
third body. What has it got?
That's great
Oh, my
fun.
pants
So
are
much
into
fun.
my skin.
Oh my god.
Goodness.
Thanks, boss.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Thanks, boss.
We will
Thanks for
actually
all
enjoy those
the
dicks.
Thank you. I don't really know about that one.
It was fun.
Hey,
It was
remember
fun.
when Boss sent us a bag of dicks?
Yep.
Oh,
that
well,
that
good
certainly
times.
happened, didn't it? So
Oh, gosh.
Omadad79 has followed. Thank you for following.
Ayo.
As well as Dragon Dimmick and Crazy Jose 2000.
Crazy
thank you,
Jose
guys.
sounds right up Adler's alley. Right with the crazies.
Yeah, and then we're at Kitsu723, 12 bits. Mama Jim Jam
Nice.
with 20.
Nice.
And Amin for Life, 1 bit.
Good for
you.
1 bit. Oh,
One
yes.
bit.
We've got a lot of resubscribes coming in. Kitsu723, Norg50, Nightlife7, and Gary and Wolf 12 all resubscribed. Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks,
guys.
guys. Thanks for sticking
Resubscribe.
around. It means a lot to us. It means a lot. So, you guys have come upon this scene. You can tell there has been relatively recent violence. Obviously, these Durgar were not the victors today.
Nope.
What do you do?
Good old Adler starts picking over the remains.
Okay, yeah, you
Finding
find
whatever
there's
I
all
can.
kinds of stuff.
Oh, yes, I'm searching.
You find 2 potions. They're both the same. You find 2 Tanglefoot bags.
Ooh, I like those.
You find a very finely crafted black metal chain shirt. You find a weapon that you recognize as rather distinct to Durgar slavers. It is called a slaver's crossbow. Rather than firing bolts, it actually it fires the bolas as ammunition and is used to trip fleeing people from afar. This one seems to be masterfully crafted and bears several runes along the grip of it that you find quite interesting. You find a similarly crafted short sword. It looks like this must have been somebody who was quite well respected and perhaps very wealthy in Durgar society. All of these weapons are of extremely fine quality. Someone of distinction must have carried these. You find an amulet around his neck. He is wearing a very fine cloak, a ring. He is also carrying 2 sets of masterwork manacles and a set of masterwork thieves' tools,
What you doing
as
over
well as a
Don't you
pouch
worry
of
about
gold
old Adler
coins.
abomination. Mustn't speak to a creature. Sorry, what was that last part?
Thick pouch of gold coins. Pretty heavy stuff. Everybody except for Adla, who's preoccupied, make a perception check.
Including me? No.
You can make a stealth check.
29.
Woo!
That's a nat 20 on the die. 29.
So-
Roll 2.
Good old Adler's gonna put on that ring, put on the cloak,
Brave.
and
I hope
good
they're
put on the
Real
amulet.
brave.
Yeah.
Adla's just throwing stuff on him.
Let me just tell you, Adler needs all these things.
26.
6. Okay, you guys are all standing around. Adla's picking over this corpse, just like pocketing, like he's got all this stuff.
Oh, and
He's
I'm
just
taking
taking it
fingernails also.
all. Huh?
Of
And
who?
and fingernails. And you turn away as he starts to literally pick away at fingernails on this dead creature. When you catch sight of brief movement amongst some nearby rocks. Both of you do.
Could we tell what it was, or it was just movement?
You just, yeah, you saw something.
Alright, I'm gonna pull out my axes.
All right.
You saw that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll pull out my longbow.
All right. So you guys equip weapons and peer into the darkness, ready for anything. Savine, attracted to this place where so much blood was spilled, but smart enough to watch and wait, you have been in the shadows, and your caution has been rewarded. Ahead of you, you see a band of travelers, one of whom is picking over the remains of a recent battle that caught your attention. There are 3 dead Durgar, and blood is everywhere, the smell of it sparking a faint twinge of hunger. They are surfacers by the look of them, except for the Dark Elf leading them. The Dark Elf does not appear to be a captive, nor do the surfacers, which seems strange to you. You wonder what the Drow's game is, and suppress an inner sigh at the naivety of the surfacers. They appear to be interested in this recent battleground, but then they draw weapons and begin peering about, and your fear is that perhaps you have been spotted from your place in the shadows. What do you do?
I'll talk. Can I talk? Can they hear me if I talk?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're within earshot of you. Yeah.
I mean no harm. I just want to come close. I am very hungry and need some blood.
What the hell is that?
It's a very reassuring message.
That doesn't make
mean-
me feel comfortable what you coming out here.
Does the blood need to...
No, it's the blood on the floor from the dead that you have killed.
I mean, I'm all for you having that, but you might have to fight him.
I promise I will not hurt any of you.
Don't trust it, don't speak to it.
You should not be trusting that drow over there. You should be trusting me instead.
Don't speak to it, Creech, don't speak to it.
Well, we got ourselves a fun little party now, don't we?
May I appear from the shadows?
Slowly.
Slowly, I'm gonna cock my axe back, ready to just chuck it at this thing's face, whatever it is.
So I'm gonna slowly just walk.
And tell me, what do Kimbleton and Claret see? Pay a special detail to the height.
The height,
Of-
not 6 foot.
No.
More.
Paint us a picture, Jim.
Please paint a picture.
Apparently I'm 5 foot and 0 pounds.
0 pounds? That's very thin.
No, I'm 5 foot. So, my height.
It looks,
Diana.
it looks shorter than the last one.
She's got jet black, like really wavy, luscious hair, but there's mats in it, and like braids in it. And her eyes are piercing blue, and my skin's almost very porcelain white.
You don't get out much, do you?
I don't. I live down here.
Well, so perhaps the two of you know each other then, yes?
Do I know what she is?
Make a knowledge. No, just roll a die.
Oh yeah, of course. So that's a 17 on the die.
17 on that, yeah. Well, you recognize a Dampier when you see one. You know that she is of an accursed bloodline, which makes sense considering her request for blood.
Be careful about your next Sunseekers and Abomination. Mustn't speak to it, Creech. Don't speak to
Are you friends with him?
I wouldn't say friends as much as
We kind of
colleagues.
crossed him in these caves, just kind of like we ran into you as well.
Keep your eyes on him. Don't ever turn your back on this one.
I think we should keep our eyes on both
May
of
I
them.
drink, please? I'm very hungry and need to survive.
Yeah, please do. Go right ahead.
It's all yours.
Yeah.
So I go to one and I just start.
Yeah. So the bodies themselves are almost completely drained, but you know down here in the Darklands, it's all about making do with what's available. And you know that a lot of the blood has been splashed around on the stone, copious amounts of it, which is what initially drew you here. So you get a little bit of water. And you sort of let it soak into the dried blood, and you get almost like it's not much, but it's again down here in the Darklands. It's survival. It's you get what you can with what you can. So you find these huge patches of the dried up blood, and you use the water to like soak it in there, and you scrape up what you can, just sort of licking it off of your fingers. And this feeding. Not frenzy, but it's to you guys that is exactly how Kimbleton is viewing this, like watching this woman like down on the ground, just like soaking blood up with her hands and like eating it. You don't need very much, only a little bit, but you get what you need to survive another day, which is all anybody could ever ask down here. What do you do?
Like to do a little spellcrafty check on the things that I've found.
Okay.
While he does that, Jim, it's Lucas Martinez says, yeah, I just checked. We are the #1 Pathfinder streaming show.
Yay!
No wonder Jim Jam's sweating. So much pressure.
That would be the first natural one of
Which
these new
item were
Atlas
you
dice.
focused on?
So I was focusing on the first, which I wrote down as the amulet.
The amulet. Okay, so you have no idea what the amulet does.
Right, and I'll go ahead and do the cloak. That's another natural one.
Wow.
You need some help, bud?
And I'll go ahead and do the ring. And that's a 14 with a 721.
21. That you identify relatively easy. The other ones you have no idea. First of all, do you have detect magic as a spell available to you?
No.
Oh.
I just do it for everything that I see down here.
Well,
Jim, I'll do a
you do
detect
need to be able to
magic.
detect the magical auras in order to identify
Alright.
items.
Alright.
I'll detect some magic,
Okay.
Jim, because I don't trust what he's doing over there.
I just put it on anyway, so don't worry about it.
You want to tell us what you found?
What did I find?
You have 2 potions that are the same.
Yeah.
You have the chain shirt.
Yeah, no, I know what I found.
Oh.
I'm not gonna tell her about it.
Okay.
But I want to know what I found.
Well, you have none of it is identifiable. 'Cause
Well, I
you
put
can't
it
detect
all on,
magic. I mean,
so-
I know that.
All right.
Yeah. All right, I know you have it on. Yes.
It's probably cursed. That's what I'm telling you. It's crazy down here in these depths of darkness.
Well, it's not meant for us, that's for sure.
That's true. Why are you two down here?
Well, see the big guy? We're trying to find his friends.
The Sunseekers trying to find different friends that have been down here for days.
Jim, did I see them?
You have not seen them, but there have been rumors of an unusual number of surface dwellers down here in the Darklands.
Okay.
News tends to travel relatively fast. There are always watchers in the shadows, even if you never see them. And you have at least heard that there are surface dwellers, though not much beyond that.
Okay. I have heard that there are some more of you, but I don't know if they are you. But if you need help, I know my way around and I can help you as well.
See, that's what he said. And this is where we've ended up. So
It seems like we're somewhat on the right track, though.
Mustn't speak to it, Creech.
You're always over there mumbling. My goodness. Like talking to your, was it a bat hanging on your arm?
Oh, Sunseeker, you would have no idea what's going on in this old brain of mine.
I don't think I want to. I think I'd rather just be on our way, try to find the rest of the group.
Yeah.
We go.
Certainly.
Does the tall one not speak?
Oh.
Not today, he doesn't.
Not today.
He's just hanging out.
No, after we took a rest down here, he just woke. He had like no voice, so he couldn't say anything. It's crazy.
It's almost like he's not here.
I know.
He says he wants to take all the stuff, too.
He wants to take all the stuff? Okay, he kills Adla and takes all the stuff.
I want to take this stuff, and I was
Good
not
luck
here.
taking it off of good old Atlas, buddy.
So shut up, Quiggles.
So did you find anything good and all that stuff?
Oh, yes. Oh, here's what you sun seekers care so much about. And good old Adler tosses the bag of coins over to them,
Okay.
keeping the rest.
You have some money now.
I got
that's
some.
for sure.
How much is inside?
720 gold pieces.
Okay.
It's a significant chunk. This was, again, probably a very wealthy and highly placed member of the Duergar Society, or just a very successful slaver who had been in the business long enough to have amassed quite a bit of wealth. You can even see, just looking at Adla, like the
worry.
cloak that he's put on is very, very richly made. It's very stylish. It's made for somebody a little bit shorter than him, because it would
got
actually
on,
fit
like,
you
a high water-
perfectly. It fit Kimbleton very nicely.
Sure,
High water
probably.
cape.
But
What about What about that shirt that you're holding on there over there? Does it fit you all right?
Adler's always had this shirt.
What about that crossbow?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Of course, abomination. Of course. Adler's always had this crossbow.
you also have 10 Bolas bolts for
Oh,
it.
yes.
So
Well, we need to push forward and find the rest of the.
yeah,
crew.
I agree. You all right to come with us and try to help us?
I will help and protect you guys if you
Right.
need it.
And then we can trust you.
You can trust me. I promise I'd cause no harm. I don't see many of you, and I'm very intrigued by your kind.
We have heard that nothing's free down here.
That is true.
What do you want?
Nothing. Company.
Good old Atlas rolling the sense motive on this check right
Sure.
here.
Yeah, I'll give a sense motive.
That would be a 16.
16.
He knows I don't.
Okay. I mean, you would guess that she's probably hiding something. I mean, everybody down here wants something.
Everybody's hiding something.
Companionship may means where you would guess the surfacers are falling short is that companionship means something entirely different to somebody of her bloodline than it does to somebody that like what they're thinking of.
So
your
good.
guess is that she's going to start asking for more and more as you move on.
Oh, yes, of course.
And eventually her true motives will be revealed, if not
Right,
today.
Right.
But that doesn't necessarily mean it's of any concern of yours either.
So good old Adler turns to her, and out of the corner of his eye, he just gives her a good old wink.
I'd like to look and see. I'm sure there are a lot of tracks, but are there any that lead, like, clearly out of the room?
Yeah, make me a check.
Survival.
Yep.
Nat 20, 24.
24. Yeah, actually, it is there. There was a clear winner to this battle. Some people definitely walked away. You would guess a group of several humanoids moved away, and you can follow. I mean, like. There was so much blood on the field, like you can see, like it's almost
marks.
like Carmen Sandiego boot prints moving away from here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hi,
five,
fine. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
5 to 6 humanoids, maybe more, maybe a little bit less, but somewhere 5 to 7 maybe humanoids definitely walked away from this battle,
Okay. Well,
leaving a pretty clear trail.
looks like they went this way.
Wait, how many sets?
5 to 6.
5 to 6. Oh, so it looks like they found someone else, or they found 2 people with
Maybe.
him. That's not good. All right, we're gonna have to start getting.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get to going.
No, Sunseeker, we mustn't go that way.
We're
Not at
following-
all, not at all.
We're not following the tracks.
No, Sunseeker, we are not.
Why
we
not?
follow those tracks, it will lead us certainly into death. We'll go around a deeper, darker way that will take us closer to where they go, and perhaps we can head them off in the pass.
Deeper and darker into it, huh?
Can I roll a sense motive on that?
Good
You
old
may.
Adler's trying to bring you back to your group.
I am. going to as well. I don't.
15.
15.
Mine is also 15.
Of course they believe me. Good old Adler's telling the truth.
It's tough to tell. A lot of it, he's very tough to read just because he's so insane and
In the
rambling
brain.
that it's like,
Making
who
sense.
knows?
Yeah.
It makes
Okay.
it. You have no reason to believe this any more or less than anything else he's said the entire time you've known him.
What do you think?
I mean, he did get us this far. And then with that one over there as well, too. Well,
What do you think? Go the long way or follow the tracks?
The long way.
all right. Pull up my axes, stick them on my shoulder, and I say, let's go.
Okay. Begin making your way, following Adla, who takes you along the wider tunnels, making your way further and further away from the site of the previous battle. Even though you are leaving behind this very clear trail, Adla seems very insistent that he knows exactly where he's going, and every time you look back, he calls your attention back to the way forward, urging you to press on and get as far as you can before the next time you will need to rest. Talk to me about food. Who's got any down here in
I
the
have a few
Darklands?
rations.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I
I've
just
got
want to
some
see how
rations
things
too.
are going.
So at one point you see good old Adler stop and search around for some grubs
Sure.
on the ground.
Ew.
Sure.
Does Adler find any?
Make a survival check.
Oh yes,
I'm not gonna help you with that one.
I don't have it easy. I'm trained.
You can actually, I don't know if Creech has a survival, but you can also send him to like
That's
find
who I
you
want
little
to
bits
send.
of food and lead you to them.
Yes,
Yeah.
Creech. Good old Creech. Oh yes, Creech has some.
Looking for grubs. I want to look for rats or mice.
11.
That's what I'm looking
11.
for.
Yeah, you're not finding. You're in a pretty barren stretch of tunnel. Haven't found anything.
So, good old Adler takes out the toenails.
Si-
Starts chewing on
16 for me to
16.
find rats.
You actually find nothing as fancy as rats, but you do find you managed to scrape enough edible funguses together, and actually there's some like mold and moss that you can sort of mash into a paste, and it's, I mean, for you, it's like this is something that dwarves, when they're traveling long underground, like this is just something you eat. It's not great, but it's like, you know, whatever.
It's doable.
You can see that, like, you offer some to Clarette, and she's just like, it is.
I'll stick with my
It's
beef
so
jerky, thank you.
rancid. Like, there's no way. And Savine doesn't seem too interested in it. So it's all for you. All the fungus and mold that you can. It's great. All the fungus and mold you want.
That's great.
So Kim Birch says, tell Ben that his niece Ella does not like the movie going on in the background and not too sure about this evil of Ben either.
Sorry, Ella. Jukebox Hero Raccoon says, still at work, but watching on my laptop while I work some overtime. Stay cool in the cave, friends.
Trying.
You're doing the best.
Trying,
It's not
trying
working.
deeply.
Sky Lily 083, #1 streaming Pathfinder Sugar Wieners for everyone.
Oh yes, yes.
Ah!
And Sarah Girl 9959 says, congratulations to Ben. He makes Adler rather creepy. In a fun way, of course.
I agree.
Would you like
In a
the
fun
last
way.
one?
Sure. J Womack 94 says, is he pulling out pliers? Is it pliers? Pliers
Yeah.
and looking at the teeth of the dead? Then he's not serious about his looting.
Oh yes, oh yes.
You make your way. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, just because I wanna make sure that I have this right. But did you not start the game wearing an amulet?
No.
You did not have an amulet on? Okay.
no.
I thought perhaps you did, but it
Oh,
might have
no,
been. Yeah.
you're
Okay.
correct. I do.
So
have
you
an
do know
amulet.
that whatever this other one is, like you can't double up. You
Right.
have to, yeah.
Double.
I'm keeping the one. I'm just gonna pocket
Okay.
the
yeah.
other one.
I gotcha. You are making your way, following Adla along. And Adla, hours and hours pass, and you are starting to recognize the territory that you're in, and you know that somewhere nearby is where you'll want to make camp for the evening.
Right. Now, I am leading them in a circuitous way to where I think that their group will end
Yes.
up. But yes,
Yes.
all right. So, oh yes, well, Sun Seekers, this might try to find a place to camp now. It's getting dark.
It's already dark. Good job. Good job.
You sure this is a good spot to camp?
Creech says so.
Can I do a quick perception or survival or something to like double check that this would be safe?
Yeah, survival would be the to find a safe camp spot.
I'm gonna do that as well.
Just because he creeps me out so much. 14.
That's a 20.
14. Yeah. What's that?
I was doing this, like just checking around,
Okay.
making sure we were safe. I got a 20.
20. You find a spot, at least in the same area, that you think would be a little bit more sheltered, less likely to be spotted from. But you attribute that literally you have far more expertise in this kind of thing than Adla does. The area itself doesn't give you any reason immediately to think that it's unsafe.
Right.
Yeah. You find sort of a more sheltered area that you would you would feel if you were gonna pick the spot, this would be it, rather than where he had
Quick
originally sent you.
question. How much further until where you think we're going to meet up with them? Because I don't feel like we should take too much time.
Mustn't speak to it, Creech. Mustn't speak to it.
Can you ask him?
Hey, Allah, so how much time before you think we'll actually
Oh.
run into our friends?
Oh, Sunseeker, how interesting of a question. What is time down here, Sunseeker?
I feel like I've
Minute.
lost all tracks of it.
Hour, daylight, that's all things that you deal with, Sunseeker. Down here, when we're tired, we rest. I'm tired. Adler is tired, so rest is needed.
Right. I'll play in the dark more than we do, but that's fine. Yeah, right, we'll hide in this little crevice area
Okay.
instead. Because I know things.
Did you feel up more rocks?
No, I didn't have to feel
yeah,
it
the
rocks, I just
rocks.
knew it. I could tell.
You felt it.
No, there's no good stonework around. I didn't have to feel it up. There's no good stonework.
All right.
Alright.
All right, talk to me about watches. If you're not keeping any, that's also fine. I encourage you guys to just go to sleep. That's awesome.
No, we're doing watches.
Oh, good old Adler. Good old Adler will take first or last watch.
Are
Okay.
we? Can I take a watch, even though I need to rest? That's
you don't,
okay.
You don't require sleep?
I do, don't I?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know.
I believe you still sleep as normal. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, let me check. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in for life, says this is actually Team Sack. Sabine, Adler, Claret, Kimbleton.
It's very fitting for Voss's presence today.
True.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Silent H says more like the C+ team.
Oh,
What do you mean C+?
Silent Age.
Well, we've already lost one, so
Yeah.
this is true.
Kitsu723 has used 111 bits. And then for
Nice.
life, 9 bits. JWomic94, 45 bits.
Oh, yes.
Sarah BC1, 100 bits. Datsorian, 2 bits.
Oh.
And Mama Jim Jam, 100 bits.
Yay!
Oh,
Thank you guys.
100.
100 bits.
J Womack 94 has resubscribed.
Thank you, James. Womack.
Thank you.
Thank you for sticking with us.
You know what, I'll take a middle watch shift.
Take a middle watch, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to take last shift.
Last, all right, that makes sense.
I'll take first with him.
You're gonna say with Adler.
Yes.
I'm going to keep my axe, like when I sleep, I'm going to keep an axe ready, just in case.
Just
Yeah.
You know what, I'm going to keep both axes ready.
both axes
Just in
Yeah.
case.
at the
Bo's
ready.
nearby. Bo's easily grabbable.
Sure what I have.
All right, so first watch, Adla and Suki. Both familiar with the Darklands, leading these helpless babes through these dark tunnels, so far from their homes on some mission that has no real bearing on your lives. What do you guys do? You guys are sitting there.
Adla.
Yes.
Why do you call that one abomination?
The abomination is a blight on my kind, a treachery to what the real drow are. The all abominations above land should have stayed down low, should have stayed in the dark, where we were meant to be.
So you're saying that she's a drow?
She could have been.
How do you know? Do you sense it?
Oh, look at the ears. Do you not see the kinship between me and the abomination? Now tell me, Savine, which one of these are you going to eat first?
I'm not going to eat anyone. My preferred meal is dead.
Oh,
Neither of them are dead, so I'm not hungry.
yet.
Perhaps.
Do you want do you want some of the ones that I took the ashes off of this one that died a couple of days ago?
No,
Do you
I don't
want?
Don't want that.
Trying to sleep over here, friends. Goodness.
Why are you helping them? Why you?
Oh, it's a good question,
Yes.
isn't it? Well, Savine, I'll just say this. Good old Adler is no longer allowed in the Drow society.
You've been banished.
Of course I've been banished. Good old Adler been banished.
What did you do?
Mustn't speak about it, Creech. Mustn't let them know.
I'm not them. I live here with you.
No, Savine, we do not speak of it. Creech doesn't talk. Adler doesn't talk. Needless to say, what I'm doing with the Sunseekers and the Abomination, it will get Adler back in with the Drow.
So that's your true quest. To be accepted.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Nothing is free down here.
No. I live alone. All right.
Make perception checks. You two watchers.
Oh, that's so good for good old Adler.
Boy.
That would be a 26.
All right.
29.
26 and 29.
Silent H says, Kimbleton's gonna get eaten. He's bite-sized and muscle-dense, good protein dwarves.
Adla, as you are talking to Savine, and she's asking you questions that you would prefer not to answer, you see in the distance across this tunnel, maybe 60 feet away, perched up on a rock, there is a slender, white-haired figure who is lying up on like a rock shelf, and he's just watching this exchange take place. And Savine, you notice that Adla is like honed in on something, and you turn and you see what he sees. There is a figure watching the group who then notices that he's been spotted and scurries back out of sight. What do you do?
Who's that?
Does good old Adler know who that was? You should probably prepare yourself.
Wakes them up.
You wake us?
What the hell is all that laughing about?
Get ready.
And
Before
good old Adler slinks back into the darkness.
Me
All
too.
right. Before anything happens, you and Adla, you guys both, with your perception checks, notice that, so the first figure disappears, and then there is a flurry of movement out in the darkness. You don't see anyone else, but you know that you are being approached by 4 to 6. You can hear the rustle of armor and the sort of the blade, the sound of blades being drawn, the click of something, and it's time to roll initiative.
Dang it.
How much sleep did we get?
Yeah. How would that work with sleep and rest and spells?
Awesome.
All right, Savine, tell me what happens.
I'm gonna slip in after I tell them to equip their weapons. I slip into the shadows.
All right, so well, first of all, what I meant by what happens was
Sorry.
initiative order.
6 plus 7.
13.
Thank
13.
you.
All right, you get to be brown today because we actually don't have a thing for you.
That's okay.
Sorry,
That's
Adla.
okay.
15 for good old Adler.
15 for good old Adla. Claret,
9.
9. You were sleepy. Sleepy. Let's see, where's Krag gonna go? Krag's in there. Kimbleton.
23.
23. Way before everybody.
I wake up, I'm good to go. That's another 20 on the die.
All right.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, sure.
you are lying there. You hear a quick shout from your companions. You are pulled out of sleep. Your axe is close to hand. You don't know what's going on, but something has awoken you. What do you do?
Can I take a quick look, see if what I see?
Yeah.
All right. That's a 13.
13. Yeah. You don't know. You don't know. You're awake. You know that there's probably danger based on what you heard. Like, don't know why else they would have woken you up.
But I can't see what direction. Someone point to me. I'm going to point for me, not point to me. My bad. I'm gonna go ahead and take on aspect of the bear or the bull.
Aspect of
The bull.
bear. The bull?
The bull.
The bull. Okay.
Maybe stronger.
You become a little bit stronger as you, and then it would take a move action to stand up. So I'm going to assume that you move action, stand up, standard action,
Stood
take
up.
on the aspect.
Poof.
You're looking around. You don't know where the danger's coming from, but you are ready for it when it appears. Krag will do the same thing. He's going to stand up. He's going to take a look around. Also does not know why he's been awakened, but he's ready for whatever appears. He's got his hammer in hand. Savine,
Can I see any of them?
make a perception check.
7 plus. Sorry, give me a second. 7 plus 10, 17.
17. You do not. You can hear them moving, but you haven't spotted one yet. What you can hear, though, is they're coming in from several different directions. This has the feel to you of an organized strike.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Can I equip my crossbow and also cast? Like, hold the crossbow. Let's say I want to cast first.
Yeah.
And then, but just still hold the crossbow in case I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to do
You
the
can have
next
the
round.
crossbow in your hands. Yeah.
It's
You
okay?
don't. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Then I equip my crossbow and I load it.
Okay. You load your crossbow. So draw and then load. That's 2 move actions. So you can't cast anything this round.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm still in the. I want to
Okay.
stay hidden.
You want to try to stay hidden.
Stealth.
Well, yeah, because you need an extra action to stealth.
Okay.
Because you're drawing your crossbow and then you're loading it. Loading it is a move action.
That's fine. Then I'll stay right there.
Okay, so you're gonna hang out right
Yeah,
there. And now it is my turn. I'm going to need flat-footed ACs for Kimbleton. For Savine. Claret's still on the ground. So I guess Adla.
Where's my flat foot? What are we doing?
Do we roll?
Flat-footed
No,
AC.
just flat-footed ACs.
Oh,
Mine's 11.
11.
All right, the first one coming in at Savine. It's a flat-footed of 17.
Oh my.
So there is and this bolt comes screaming out of the darkness. Now you look over and you see the form of a dark elf that ducks behind some rocks. He has his crossbow in his hand. He ducks behind, takes a step back. But you need to first. You're going to take some damage. Then I need a Fortitude save.
God damn it.
This is a poison effect. So if that matters at all to you.
Armor, shield, natural.
19 plus
No
2,
dex, no
21.
dex.
All right, so you are like this bolt hits you and you rip it out real fast, like immediately, and you're fine, but you do take 3 points of damage. The next one coming in at Kimbleton,
15 is my
15
flat-footed.
for that flat-footed AC. Oh. Ooh, there is another, and from out of the darkness, right in the chest. I need a Fortitude save. This is a poison effect, and you're a dwarf, so this should be you get a bonus.
8 and 7, 15.
15, you are fine, but you do take 1 point of damage. It's a grazing hit. Must be why the poison didn't affect you, because it's just a graze along your shoulder. And you spot the person who has fired at you about 40 feet away behind a very large boulder. There is the slender form of an armored dark elf who is quickly winding up a crossbow. And then coming in at Adla.
Did you skip good old Adler's turn?
Did I skip your turn?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, I must have. Yeah, that's probably true. So what are you doing?
Good old Adler is going to use the scroll of mage armor.
Mage armor. All right, increasing your AC by 4 points. Do you want to take a move action?
Oh yes, good old Adler
Yeah.
is going to just slink as far away as
Okay.
possible.
Do you want to try to take some cover?
Oh yes.
Yeah. All right. So you
definitely.
actually could go ahead and take cover, and we'll say then that the guy who was going to shoot you won't be able to. So they're going to take another shot. Take a shot at Krag because he's up there. You can't be flat-footed though, so he has this full AC bonus, which is insane. Yeah, that's 17 is not going to hit Krag, so there's another. And there are 2 more that are going to take a ready action. So we will now go to the person after me is Kimbleton. Kimbleton.
No, that's
What?
Sabine.
Huh?
After you, it's Sabine. I'm at the beginning of the round.
Oh yeah, you're over here. You're right. Yeah. All right. So you're next to go. You just got hit. You see this dark elf in the distance takes cover as soon as he fires. You hear the twang of several more crossbows. You're looking around. And you see all these rocks that are out in the tunnels. Like they've all taken up positions of cover, spread out to just lay some fire down on the party. What do you do?
Can I cast mage armor on myself and then stealth into the shadow?
Yes. Now you have taken damage this round, so you will
Okay.
have to make a concentration check in
Okay.
order to cast the spell successfully. But it's relatively easy.
What do I add to that again?
It's 15 plus double the spell level, and you add your caster level, which is 5, plus your charisma modifier.
So 5 plus 5, so I add 10.
You're gonna add 10, right?
Oh, almost on a 20. So 12. I rolled a 2.
12 total is not enough, so you try to summon the energies to cast this spell, but it fizzles as the pain from getting hit with this crossbow bolt temporarily overrides your mystic training.
Can
You
I
lose
still
the
do-
spell.
okay.
It's a standard action, but you can still move.
Can I move into like darkness?
Yeah, you want to try to make
Yeah.
a stealth check for me.
Read what Brian Summers
Brian
said.
Summer says, so apparently Adla is less modest than Quigley, showing off some leg.
I'm about
I'm sure
to.
that's it. Has nothing to do with the fact that it's 800 degrees in SoCal right now.
19 plus 11.
Okay, so after you lose the spell, you quickly retreat into the shadows, trying to take some cover behind some rocks, hoping to lose your quarry. Now it is Clarette's turn. You are still lying there. There's all this like yelling, and now you are hearing the twang of crossbow bolts and
Can I make a
chaos.
quick perception to see what the coming danger might be?
Yes. Now, light sources. You are the only one in the group without dark vision. Except for Krag. Krag is in the dark as well.
Yeah, he's worse off than I am.
Yep.
Got torches.
Can I cast Dancing Lights, Perception, and then decide if I would like to move?
You can.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
Mhm.
So I've got 4 floating lights,
Okay.
and that's an 18.
18. The dim light of the dancing lights extends for it's basically like torchlight, extends
Yeah.
for about 20 feet. You don't see anything immediately in your vicinity. All you can really tell is that the shots are coming in from several different directions. It looks like you are fighting
We're
an
surrounded.
organized enemy.
Great.
Um,
Great. I'm gonna stay down, Jim.
You're gonna stay down. All right, that actually gives you a bonus to your AC against ranged attacks. So that's something. So you just is there anything else you want to do?
Well, I mean that's
Okay.
the whole turn. I mean, if my bow is right there,
Yeah, you can
I'd
grab
like to
your
grab
bow.
it just
Yeah,
in case.
you can't fire a
No.
bow from prone position, unfortunately, though. Okay, top of the next round. Now it is Kimbleton's turn.
That is bonus action. I'm going to do shared focus with Krag. Give him a +2 to strength.
All right.
So he's got the
Krag's bulging muscles bulge just a little bit more.
His biceps have biceps now. And you said I could see the one behind. That's
Yeah, you saw one that ducked into some cover. It's about 40 feet away.
He ducked into cover.
Yeah.
I can't see him anymore.
You don't see it, but you know where he was. Yeah.
I know where he was. About 40 feet away. I don't see anyone else around. Can I?
I mean, you would know. So it's basically like you could go to like they've all taken up a position. You could go to any one of them. You don't currently see them. They've ducked behind the rocks, but you also can see the way everything's spaced out. It's not like chances are that's where he is. You just have to get around the rocks to get to him.
True.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna start moving around the rock one way.
Okay. You want to take a double move because that would get you at least to the first one. Like you would be able to see the first one.
Yeah. I'll do
All right,
that.
just taking a double move. As you step out of the safety of your little campground, there is a twang nearby as a readied action is triggered. And that is a leaner. A bolt goes whizzing by your head as you run, charging for this rock. You basically are like parallel to it, and you look over, and you can see that there is the tall, slender form of an armored dark elf who has a crossbow in his hands, and it looks like he had just finished cranking the winch to fire again, but he sees you and just like lets it drop, and he has a long sword. Looks like he's going for, but that was a double move action for you. Krag.
Can't throw on the run. That'd be great.
Krag can't see into the darkness, so he is gonna take at least a cover position in the camp because that's where the light is.
Yeah.
But he can't see, so he's just gonna be ready for whenever he gets light. In fact, he's probably yelling "light" really loudly.
I'll yell back your lantern.
And Adla.
Oh no, the
Didn't know any of
doors.
it.
That's right.
So, I don't know how to say that name at the
Which
top.
one?
Phil-
Sylveta the Goliath.
Oh, that's good. Johnny Ward is now on Twitch. Good to see you,
Oh, that must
Johnny
be him.
Ward.
Yay, Johnny.
Literally just for you. Name's new, but my feelings haven't changed. Hashtag
Aw.
Team Alex.
Team
Thanks,
Alex.
Johnny.
And I am in for life says, love the narrative descriptions tonight, Evil Jim Jam.
Yeah, thank you.
So yes.
we got a little bit of a bit war going on. Michael Arvander, 100 bits. Sarah BC1, 100 bits. And Kitsu723, 400 bits.
Nice.
Pop, pop, pop.
I like Hope Tracy's comment. Sorry. No one believes Savine will get distracted.
Very
Duchess of
true.
Dino says, sorry I'm late. Go B team. Love, heart, Clarette's ears looking good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
gotta get
Yeah.
those
And
elf
Michael
ears.
Arvander has resubscribed. So
Ooh, thank you,
Yay.
Michael
good to
Arvander.
see you, Vander.
Now, speaking of elf ears, Adla, where are your elf ears?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mustn't tell him, Creech. Mustn't tell him.
All right.
Good old
It's
Atlas.
Adla. It's your turn. You've taken up some cover. You know that they have
my
arrived.
gosh.
They are coming in.
Good
Um,
old Adler's going to touch himself
What?
Okay.
sensuously.
Yep.
And
Oh,
suddenly
I don't like
his
those.
skin starts erupting into bubbles of
Oh no!
boils
that
and
is.
acids, and I've just
Acids?
Acids everywhere.
acids are
Boiling
everywhere.
acids.
And I have used the spell Eruptive Pustules.
Right. Nasty spell.
What does
Anybody
that
that
do?
strikes you with a melee attack is subject to just getting blasted with acid,
Oh
correct?
yes, oh
Ugh,
yes.
so
Sorry,
nasty.
box.
So
There's,
nasty.
there's a dick box in
Yeah,
the way. Close
sorry.
the fridge, guys.
There's a box of dicks in the way.
The chocolate.
How'd that
I
get
eat
there?
Good to know. And
it. Sorry.
also Adler just wants to keep surveying the
Keep
situation.
surveying the situation. You see the dwarf has rushed out to meet his foes head on, and
The frontline fighter.
yeah, frontline fighter. Okay, that will take us now to me, I guess. I guess it's my turn. The one near you, Kimbleton, who has dropped the crossbow, seeing that you're getting up close, drops the crossbow, draws the longsword, and takes a step forward and just whips it in at your head.
Too short. He's gonna miss.
Too short.
Too short.
Too short.
I'm just
Let's
gonna
see.
duck down a little bit.
You may be too short for him to hit you. I only hit armor class 14. That's definitely not going to do it. Adla or Kimbleton is much craftier than that.
That's right.
You dip out of the way easily. He was a little bit caught off guard. He didn't expect you guys to go charging into the darkness like that. You were caught off guard.
Don't mess with Kimbleton's amazing dwarvenness.
But then you hear the swift sound of approaching footsteps, and you turn and see a second warrior coming out of the shadows, likely the one that fired at you while you were charging forward, and moves into a flanking position with his ally.
Too short.
For a 24?
No, I guess not
I don't
short
think
enough.
you're too short for that, buddy.
How
All
far
right,
are
this slender longsword
40 feet away.
snakes out and cuts across your shoulder. You take some damage. 7 points of damage, and I'm gonna need another fortitude save.
It's an 11.
An 11. Is
Yeah.
that with the +2 bonus?
No, sorry, that would be a 13 then. with plus two.
13.
Yeah.
You are lucky to be a dwarf, my friend. As you just like for a moment, you almost like as the cut goes across your skin, and you're like swaying on your feet for a moment, and then you just like shake it off. You barely manage to overcome the effects of whatever it is they've covered their weapons in.
Dude.
And around the battlefield, things continue to get nasty. You took cover, correct?
Mhm.
You took cover. So the 3 of these dark elves, having no one to really shoot at, are going to rush into the camp. They have to move 40 feet in, all of them drawing longswords. They cannot make an attack this round, but you like standing right over you now. There is a dark elf with a sword in hand. The 2 other ones go over by Krag, who's the only other visible combatant. And then you guys hear some chanting in the darkness, and I'm gonna need you, Claret, to make I believe it's a will save. Yep, will
Sorry.
save.
That's an 11.
An 11. You see the one of these dark elves come up near you, and it has its blade, and it has this like very superior, smug smirk on its face as it lowers its blade, and then you hear some chanting in the darkness, and you turn towards the sound, and your entire body goes rigid, and you are totally immobile, as some force outside of you takes control of your body and forces it into paralysis.
So I can't do any.
You can take no physical actions of any
But
kind.
like even spells, if they're somatic,
yeah,
I can't.
that is true. If you,
Great.
yeah, you can only take purely mental actions.
Krag smash.
Krag smash. Krag is about to smash. Actually, he is gonna smash. He has been waiting for something to smash near him, and now there suddenly is. After that, we go now to Savine. You see things are getting dire. There are 3 dark elves that have rushed into the camp with blades drawn. You see Claret suddenly go stiff, completely unnaturally immobile, as you hear some chanting
But I
coming from the
can't see
darkness. You turn toward the source, and you see that there is a female dark elf, the only one so far on the battlefield, who has an amulet held high, and she has her hand outstretched, and she is chanting, and you would guess that would definitely be the source of whatever has taken over Claret's body. What do you do?
All right, I'm going to
Kimbleton is also. You can also see Kimbleton. He's about 40 feet away from the battlefield. He is flanked by 2 elf warriors.
With Spectral Hand, can I cast a spell into that? How does
So
that
spectral,
work?
you would cast Spectral Hand this round.
Oh, and then
and
next
it's set up
round.
for the next one. Yeah,
Got
it's
it.
kind of a long. It's a long play.
Sure. Okay. Let me cast. Is it like considered a medal that she's holding? This amulet?
No, she does. Yeah, it's not that you can
It's
see.
not?
Yeah.
It's not metal. Okay. Let me just shoot my crossbow at her.
All right, you're gonna shoot your crossbow. Now, keep in mind, I don't know if you saw which crossbow I gave you.
The ice or the cold.
Yeah, it has frost, so it's 1d6 frost on top. It's a hand crossbow, so it deals 1d4 damage, but it also deals 1d6 frost damage. Go
Okay.
ahead and make that attack.
Let's see.
And you are hidden in the shadows, so she has, as of yet, not noticed you.
7 plus 6.
13.
7 plus 6 is not gonna do it. Your bolt actually flies true, and it just pings off this elaborate suit of jet black armor that she's wearing. It's ting, and then she looks over to where you're standing, and stretches her hands out towards you. You're next. All right. Do you want to move at all?
Yeah. Can I stealth away from
Now
her
that
view?
so when you've been spotted,
Yeah.
you can't then stealth. There's a special ability that allows. It's called hide in plain sight. Once you've been spotted, like they see, like you can't just be like,
Oh,
I
okay.
disappear.
Right.
Unless you have some other means of obstructing their view, like a smoke bomb or something like that. would
No,
work,
I don't have
but
any
yeah.
of that.
Yeah. So you can't just
Okay.
hide. All right, Claret. I would. You actually no, not this round, but next round you'll start. You will get additional. You'll get a save every round, but since this is the first round you've been affected, there's no. So next round you will get a save on your turn. But yeah, there's really nothing you can do. You are just
I just
lying
looked
there.
at all of the spells I have.
Yep. We go to the top of the next round. Kimbleton, you are surrounded by
Straight.
enemies. You saw other dark elves go rushing towards your friends, and another one in full resplendent jet black armor steps out and begins casting spells. You can tell that this has gotten intense. What do you do?
Can I, whichever one's close to, I just want to charge and bull rush like right through him, or like try to overrun him.
You have to have at least 10 feet of, like, in order to do an
Oh, that's
overrun.
right, yeah.
You could just move away, but you're going to provoke attacks of opportunity.
Yeah.
Unless you acrobatically move away.
You know what? I'm going to somersault away from them.
Okay,
Yes.
now you have to pass through, because there's technically 2 threatened squares that you have to pass through, so
Yeah.
it's 2 checks.
All right.
2 chances for them to get an attack of opportunity. The first one is and it's versus their CMD, so acrobatics versus their CMD.
That's a 9 on my first one.
That's going to provoke from both of them. So they both take a swing as you try to get out of dodge. 2 swings. One of them, absolutely a miss. 2 on the die, nowhere near, but the other one is a 23 to hit.
Oof.
All right, you're going to take 3 points of damage, but
Yeah, gotta make it the fortitude.
got to
right?
make that fortitude save.
Alright.
How long can you go hold off, even with your dwarven hardiness? How can you hold off this poison?
It's 18.
18, at least one more round apparently. So yeah, you basically just charge for, I assume, where are you
I'm
moving
going
towards?
back to those guys.
You're going back to your allies. Okay,
Yeah.
so you get back into
It's like,
camp.
there's so many of them!
You get back into camp. You see that Krag is facing 2 of these guys. Now, Claret is like, there's one that's standing over her, but she has gone completely rigid, and the dark elf that is sort of like standing over here is like, there's no reason for me to bother with this one, and turns towards you to meet your coming charge. So double move back. You are back within the little camp that you guys have set up.
Good.
Claret's... No, sorry, I don't know why I skipped all the way over there. Krag's turn. Krag is going to take a
He's
mighty
big.
swing.
He's
He's going to take a
bull
mighty
rushing.
swing.
He's huge.
Auspicious mark, Jim.
Auspicious mark. He might have hit on this one. Let me see.
I'm in for life. Kimbleton ducks just in time to stand
Yeah,
up into the next
That's
one.
gonna do it. He crushes into the first of his targets.
Yeah, he does.
Ooh, not good damage. Not terrible damage. These guys don't have a ton of hit points either, so it's actually a significant chunk of its health. and then takes a second swing at the same one since it's still up.
Sorry.
But misses on his second swing. Adla, things are getting hairy in the camp.
Oh yes, good old dad.
You now see the who you would recognize, not personally, but in terms of like you see, there are 5 of these warriors under the command of a priestess. You can, I mean, it's a standard patrol setup. You see immediately what's happened here. What do you do?
Good old Adler kicks back, throws his hands behind his head, and for no reason at all, begins cackling.
Begins to laugh as chaos unfolds before him, and it does.
Mechanically cackling or just laughing?
Either or.
2 slashes against Krag. Both of them are going to hit. Krag's going to make some fortitude saves. Ooh, that could be bad. I got to look up Krag's fortitude. But what I will do while I'm doing that is go against Kimbleton, the one that was standing over Claret, goes ahead and marches right up to you and takes a slash and gets a 20 on the die. Automatic critical hit.
But I'm
Here
too
comes.
short for it.
Ooh, and I rolled almost max damage.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
That is 18 points of damage
Good
total. And I'm going to
Lord.
need one of them fortitude saves. And this guy just jams his blade deep into your chest. Blood spilling out of the wound.
No, I'm poisoned.
What is your total?
I got a total of 9.
Total of 9. You just been hit again and again and again, and now even your dwarven fortitude is overcome, and everything goes hazy, and you collapse to the ground.
Oh.
Completely
Guys, I figured it out.
unconscious.
Jim got too hot already, and he's ready for a TPK.
Oh yeah, so that's going to be the end of this. We're just gonna. It's just too hot to continue.
Unconscious?
You are completely unconscious.
Fantastic.
The ones that are off in the darkness are going to come up to try to meet Savine. They have to take. You have to take a full move action though to get up to you. So the ones that were originally flanking with Kimbleton are going to take double moves to get up to where you are.
Wow.
And that's all they can do. They have swords drawn. The priestess in the hanging back in the darkness is going to cast another spell. No, she's actually just gonna wait. She's gonna wait. She's gonna hang back and wait. Sorry, I don't know why I'm taking so long to figure that out. She's gonna hang back and wait. Everybody else has gone and done what they want to do. So now, Savine, it is your turn. You've got these 2 guys that are on you. You're next, and you'll get your save.
They're
Alright.
on me?
Yeah, they've they take a full round to just come up to where
you
you are
kidding
standing, and
me?
they're ready with their blades drawn.
Drop my crossbow and I'm casting mage armor.
Casting mage armor on yourself. Now, if you have to cast defensively, or it's going to provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yes.
So go ahead and do that, and you have combat casting, which is going to give you a +4. So whereas before you added 9, now you're going to add
You mean
13.
10? 13?
13, and it's 15.
I added 10 before for concentration.
Okay, then you're going to add 14.
14? 19.
Okay, yeah. So you
Plus 14.
easily you cast the spell. The shimmering force flares up around you and then goes invisible as it does, protecting you from all harm, increasing your AC by 4. What else do you do? Anything?
Can I cast again or no?
No, only one spell
Sound like
is a
Lyra.
standard action.
Can I swing my sword? Or no, I
That's
gotta draw
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that would be a
draw.
standard
I
action.
draw
Okay,
my
that's a move
sickle
action.
sword.
So then you draw your.
I
blade.
draw my sickle sword.
Okay, you draw your sickle
So-
off of your hip.
Gregory Winters says, "Oh no, did a TPK go down when I wasn't
No.
looking?"
Nah, we're getting there, bud. We're getting there.
And he also has resubscribed, so there we go.
Brian Summer says, Ben's Adela voice is reminding me of one of Terry Gilliam's characters from his Python days. Can't remember which one specifically. Loving it, though.
Jay Womack says, thank God it wasn't Kimbleton that went stiff.
Well, down here underground, Kimbleton's kind of always.
No, it's
Kimbleton's got his own bag of dicks underground. He does.
the voice is partially based off of the character from when they're trying to get the witch in the in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And oh, do they hurt? Burn her anyway. That one.
Claret. This you get a
will
save.
save.
You get a will save. Just like shrug off the effects of the spell.
26?
26 is enough. You regain control of yourself. You're still lying there on the ground.
Yay.
What do you do?
Is there a group of them in an area? Or are they
not
all...
where you wouldn't also be able to, like, your friends are also grouped up. 2 of them are around Krag. Kimbleton is just lying there on the ground nearby. And it looks like Savine has been targeted
I'm
by
being
2 more of
flanked.
these guys. You don't even see Adla. What do you do?
I'm gonna begin singing.
Alright, you begin singing.
Blazing Blades. I'm going to not
That's a funny one.
add the flames to Adla. Because I don't see him. I feel like he's
Okay.
left us. So
Uh,
Krag, Kimbleton, and Sabine.
Alright, so now your weapons, drawn weapons now all flare to life as they're covered in flames that don't harm them, but will definitely harm those you are fighting.
I'm just laying on the ground.
You're
and
just
my-
laying?
my
Yeah,
axe is
actually
Maybe
just-
Krag can see now.
Yeah, well actually it does provide enough light for, like, Krag can absolutely see a lot better now that his weapon is on fire.
Now do the drow suffer from light blindness? Because
What?
bright light blinds.
Bright light such as daylight or a similar effect.
Ah,
It has to be brighter than that. Torchlight will not do it.
And why are?
Now, Kimbleton, you're asleep and you're gonna be asleep for a while.
But I can still, while this war's going on, we've got our own bit war going on. Sarah BC1's got 100,
Yay.
Kitsu 723, 201, Axiom with 4, I'm in for life 1 bit, and the Wild Ferret taking it up to 500.
Yay.
The bit war,
Thank you.
the bit war, the bit war.
And I'm sleeping. Don't worry about me. I'm just.
Kimbleton's
and my,
just a
my blades
sleepy
are on
boy.
fire. I don't even
He's
know
a
it.
sleepy boy.
Maybe if they step on them, you can burn.
Krag is going to decimate
Is
one
everyone-
of the drow that he is fighting.
Don't forget the 2d4 fire damage.
Yeah,
Wait,
he,
do we all
he,
have that?
he
do.
annihilates
2d4.
one of the drow he's
Smash
fighting.
you.
Fire
Krag
damage.
smash, Krag smash, one guy die. Krag
Yay.
smash him.
Krag used
Dead man.
dead guy smash new guy.
Yes, Krag then use other smash to smash more.
I cracked it.
Krag annihilates one of these fiends, Adla. It looks like the battle the battle could go either way. Claret appears to have shrugged off whatever magic the priestess cast, but Kimbleton just went down, and you know he'll be out for a good long while. Krag kills one of the warriors, but Savine looks like she's going to have a hard time contributing to the fight with these 2 other warriors that have come up to her. What do you do?
Good old Ella pulls out the ashes of Celestia.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of puts some into his hand and
Ew.
Eating them like
Watches with a little smack
That's it?
as the drow
You turned into the Marcus of the
lay
B team.
into his companions.
Marcus actually does things though.
Marcus of B.
All right,
I don't
I got
like
2
you.
attacks coming in at Savine.
Oh.
Savine,
What?
I did a statistically impossible thing.
Ah.
I rolled 2 natural 17s. Both of those are gonna hit you. 24s to hit against your AC. So I'm gonna need you to take some damage. And then
Okay.
there's gonna be 2 fortitude saves coming in from you.
Ah.
You're gonna take a total of 16 points of damage.
What?
Yeah, I
Holy
know, it's not good.
crap.
It's not good.
Great.
16 points of damage and 2 fortitude saves.
Wait. How many points of damage?
16.
Great. I'm gonna be out of this show. I should just go home. And fortitude saves. Okay, here we go. Get back to the.
This is against a poison, if that matters for you.
Oh, God.
But, you know, that historian says since Savine has a need for blood, does this mean she has sickle sword and anemia?
5 is the first one.
5 is no good. You go down in an unconscious heap.
Okay.
The priestess, seeing all of this, is going to... she hears the singing and turns towards the one who dared to resist her magic. Who would dare to do this? And she is going to cast a simpler spell. Make another will save there, friend.
Oh my gosh, no.
A 1 on the die. You hear...
It's an 8, but it's a 1 on the die.
You hear an insistent and furious command in your mind to stop. And you cease all actions you are taking for 1 round. You're still hanging out there just cackling.
How tight is the area? Oh no, you're waiting. It's not my turn. Don't worry.
I'm gonna go after Krag with some tricky strikes.
It's Lucas Martinez says Adler went all fun dip on those ashes.
Yeah, that's
Krag
true.
takes an immense amount of damage as 2 beefy strikes come in at Krag, and he has to make some fortitude saves. That one is wiener.
I'm down.
And Krag, the mighty Krag, collapses unconscious.
We're
onto
all
the
down?
ground. The only people left up, Adla and Claret. Claret, it is your turn. You have seen all of your friends just go down in a heap. It looks like, as you can tell, like every time they cut down one of your friends, they just, you don't know if, are they dead? Are they just killing them? They're on the ground, there's blood everywhere. They just keep stabbing and moving on. Now they turn away from Krag, looking down at you, who is lying there. You still don't know where Adla is. What do you do?
I'm sorry.
I either run around and heal people, or I give in or run away, and I'm not gonna run away.
Does Mug need to fly in?
Or you can give up forever, as Jim would say.
Giving up forever is
I
always
vote my
on
dwarf
the
forever.
table.
But please don't do that.
Do it. Win.
No.
Jamie, win.
Can I? This may backfire immensely. I'd
I
like
love
to
it.
disguise self. Would that
okay.
not work?
No, you can. The only thing is that because like everybody's aware of you, so
Right.
like they'll see you change into a new appearance.
Right, but they wouldn't know which is my real appearance because
Theoretically,
you can
yeah, no,
dispel it.
theoretically they would be able to, yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to look like a drow,
Okay, so you just and
I'll just raise my hands.
okay,
and hope
raise
that
your
it all
hands
stops.
in surrender. As you raise your hands in surrender, the remaining living drow, 4 of them, 4 warriors plus the priestess, all come into the camp, weapons drawn. They surround you very quickly, strip you of your weapons.
Just
Adler.
then, good old Adler flies up into the air and with a beaming voice says, "Do not touch my prisoners. They are here for me, and I will be let back into the society with them."
You are flying, and you can. The priestess like turns now, seeing this. The other warriors seem quite surprised by this, but she seems unimpressed and begins to cast a spell.
Great. So do I.
Okay. I guess both spells. Let's roll initiative. Let's see whose spell's gonna go off first. Ooh, mine's not.
That's a 17 on the die.
So yeah, your spell. I only got a 15 total. So whatever spell you cast is gonna go off first. She begins casting.
I shift into a position where I can get every single drow in a straight line. And by every single drow, I do mean every single drow.
In a straight line, you wouldn't be able to, because they've all crowded around.
As many as I
So you
can.
could get 3 drow, including the priestess, 2 warriors, and Claret, if you wanted to.
Good. Yeah.
That's your
I
wife.
hope you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I know that's your.
Lightning bolt.
All right, what is the DC on your
Oh,
save?
the good old DC for this
Gonna kill him.
reflex
Gonna kill
save
him.
is, let me just get there. It's 16.
6.
Ben is sleeping on the couch
I'm gonna
tonight.
need. For one, I don't think it matters, but you need 3 spell resistance checks.
Alright. So that gives me I get a plus,
It's your caster level.
yeah, so plus 8 to it.
Plus 8, yeah.
13.
13, so the first warrior is affected.
The next one is a 23.
The second warrior is affected.
The third one is a 10.
A 10. The priestess, the bolt of lightning
That
like
was the one
forks
I wanted to
around
get
her.
so badly, though.
Huh?
That's the one I wanted.
I
most.
know, that's the one you wanted, but she is too strong. And now I need some reflex saves for the first 2 as they are affected. I've got a fail 1 on the die, and I got a 19 on the die. One's gonna pass. One of them is gonna fail. You
Was
need
I?
a reflex save. Yeah, you got a reflex save as well.
Oh,
Excuse
nat
me.
20, it's a 30.
Wow.
Nice. All right, so you are only halfway affected. Roll those dice.
That's so many dice.
Oh, those are some good numbers, Jim
Sounded
Jam.
like 8d8 to me, was it?
So that would be a total of 20 points of damage.
Points
So I
of
just
damage
10.
as you just rip through this line of targets. The priestess, the bolt splits around her, and with this smug, self-assured look, she completes her spell, and there is a pop around you as she attempts to dispel your flight. And succeeds. The magic holding you up in the air suddenly dissipates, and you are dragged back to the earth.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought he
wow.
was gonna get
Good.
falling damage.
No,
Dang
and
it.
if it says if it's dispelled, they actually fall at a normal
And I
rate.
have feather fall
Can't
at
just
will.
kill people
so
by dispelling fly.
feather fall at will.
Yeah,
so.
you can feather fall well too. So
I
you are
just wanted
dragged
hope.
back down to the stone. The priestess
many
marches up
more
to
are
she. What's that?
How many more are there?
There's still 4 warriors and the priestess, who now walks up to you, and she says, "This is not going to go well. I am afraid I have proven far too capable for your magic. You want something from me? Perhaps you're willing to make a deal. Or I could kill all of your prisoners here, leaving you with nothing.
Oh, what kind of deal are we talking about?
It is not for me to say. You will have to talk to my superior."
Then let
Superior.
us talk, let us talk.
Good. You will, of course, be bound along with your prisoners, because they are our prisoners now, as are you. You agree to this, or you die. It is up to you. I am comfortable either way, outcast.
Adla
Field trip.
is no one's prisoner.
Oh no.
And Adla steps back and casts Fumble Tongue on her.
Fumble. Done. No. What does that do? Tell me about it. Sounds bad.
So, Fumble Tongue is,
Sounds like
let
a
me find it.
disease.
So, alright. So, you have a will negate,
All right.
and it does have spell resistance.
All right. Make a
So,
spell resistance check.
I'm dripping in sweat.
that would be a 17.
17 just barely passes her spell resistance. What's the DC on your save?
The DC is actually pretty low, so I'm really
Adla, you
hoping
need
this works.
Adla, you need a water.
No, Adla's good. So the DC is a 14.
Yeah. 14 DC. This is a will save.
Oh,
You may
yes.
be surprised. Is this an enchantment spell?
So
I'm walking.
so hot.
I'm sleepwalking right now.
Dripping.
Do you have something to...
yes, it is an
Do I
enchantment.
look gross?
No, you don't.
There is mathematically,
I
if
hate
I
math.
fail this, it will be astonishing.
I really hope you do.
Astonishing. Sorry.
23 total.
Yep.
You attempt to cast this spell, and she just shrugs it off and shakes her
No.
head.
Come on.
And she has a. She casts a spell of her own.
Spilling in each other's faces.
No.
No, I'm telling you, I was begging it to level me up.
She holds out her holy symbol
Oh,
and
yes.
unleashes a blast
You dead.
of dark energy.
Oh, good.
Make a will save.
Oh, don't worry about that.
You dead.
All right, yeah, probably.
Correct staff.
I'm still like.
That's a 22 on the.
22.
22.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna take
Oh,
half damage.
I also have spell resistance. Did you roll spell resistance?
Oh yeah, that's true. You do have spell resistance. You roll that. Maybe a total of 14.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh, okay.
Definitely better.
All right.
But I have it. And is this an enchantment?
No, this is not.
All right. I don't even really remember how much spell resistance I have.
Because of the will save.
Oh no!
you
Wait.
take half damage.
What'd you say the spell resistance was?
14.
Oh yeah, you passed.
Okay. You're gonna take 8 points of damage as this
Alright.
blast of dark energy almost overwhelms you. And 2 of the warriors break away from you, Claret, and go charging in to protect their commander. Both of them are gonna make an attack against you, Adla. One is gonna miss for sure. The other one is gonna definitely hit for a 26 total.
Yep.
You are taking, what's that?
Who's on the ground nearest me?
Kimbleton is actually nearest to you.
Is it possible to get to him?
There are 2 warriors like
Still on me?
you still.
Then never mind.
So they are ready for you to try it.
I'm not gonna do it.
Are my
Ready for you to
axes still
try
on
it.
I just want to
fire
be like,
as well too?
No, she
No,
is
I'm
stuck to you. You take 4 more points of damage as you get sliced, and you have to make a
And
fortitude save
he
against
takes-
the poison.
1 point of acid.
All right, so yeah, this is just pop
And,
of this, one of the asses bursts in acid, and he just gets
And
gets some
you
on his
need
flesh.
to make a fortitude save.
All right.
There's a lot of ass and dick talk today.
yeah.
He fails the fortitude save.
Oh yes, so you're nauseated.
All right, so yeah, he is just blasted with his acid.
For 1 round.
For 1 round, he's just like
Blasted
retching,
with
almost
that ass.
vomiting.
Did you make your pass? Did you make your 40?
Yeah, you need fortitude save.
All right. So that's not very good for good old Adler. So.
Didn't think it would be.
19.
19, you
Yes.
overcome the drow poison.
I know what they're trying to do.
Yeah. I mean, what do you do next?
Oh, you're going to love what I do next.
Oh my gosh.
I take a 5-foot step back,
Uh-huh.
and I am going to.
Use all.
Well, I'm going to vomit on them.
Ew.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Nice.
gross. That's
Yep.
full of
You're gonna vomit
So-
Celestia me. You're gonna vomit me.
So I use.
I hope they get
Good
positive
old-
energy in
Good
that.
old Adler uses vomit swarm,
Remember, Celestia's in it, so it's
Um,
positive energy. It kills them.
and there
You like it?
suddenly is a spider swarm surrounding all of them.
All right. Vomit swarm.
Gross.
I don't know how big it is though.
That's what she said.
10 foot.
It's over in the
10
box.
foot. Yeah.
That's
So
how
you
big it
basically
is.
the
Oh,
2
yeah, in the
warriors who were
fridge.
there. You could get that.
No, I want to get her.
You wanted to go over and attack her. Okay.
Oh yes.
Swarm of spiders. Let's see. What are the swarm of spiders? 1d6 plus poison and distraction. All right. This swarm of spiders can move 20 feet, so it basically just flows out from you, crawling under the drow warriors and over onto this this woman who is astonished to see you still fighting. Yeah, they. I mean, she. You make a roll 1d6.
All right.
Would you like me to roll it for you?
No, are you having fun over there? 1.
Oh,
1.
Maybe
So
I
these
should have
little
rolled it.
spiders are like nibbling at her. She's got a lot of thick armor on. It's
Right,
very tough.
right.
She's gonna have to make saves against the poison, which she passes, and then a save against the distraction, which she also passes. And Claret, do you wanna now this whole new scene is unfolding. The 2 drow warriors they're like trying to determine
was one of the warriors in the spider swarm as well.
if they just moved through him, then it's not going to affect him because they had to step up to attack you. Right. The 2 warriors that are right next to you seem to be like they're not sure if they should keep on you or whether they should go and deal with this new threat. Do you want to take any kind of action? Right now, they're still there. They're still kind of definitely on you.
I'm sorry.
Can I? They're distracted from me?
No, not right now. It looks like they haven't quite decided what they're going to do. It would be very foolish to take an action, but I don't want to deny you the opportunity to do it.
Jim, when you say it like that, I'm just gonna still my little fake drow self.
All right,
Sit
still
and wait.
fake drowing it up.
Aw.
All right, the 2 warriors are going to step up to good old Adela. One of them's nauseated, can't do much of anything.
I've gotten up now, right?
No, you are
I-
still asleep.
No. Have I
Still
shifted
asleep.
positions or am I still laying there?
Dead asleep.
Wait, dead? Oh, that's
Yep,
not
dead
good.
and asleep at the same time. The one is nauseated, which I don't believe he can take any actions.
No.
So the other one cannot attack. Yeah, so nauseated, and it's just for 1 round, right?
Oh yes.
The nauseated. Okay, so he's just basically just spends his turn retching and
he vomits.
and vomiting. The other one, seeing what happened to his buddy, is going to grab something off of his belt and just chuck it at you. Ranged touch. There we go. This bag explodes onto you, and this sticky mass of entangling goo just starts to coat you. You need to make a reflex save.
Alright, good old Adler's got the reflex save. Oh, it was almost a 17. Turned out to be a 4.
Turned out to be a 4. You are entangled as this Tanglefoot bag does its work and roots you in place. The priestess begins, she just lifts herself up out of the swarm by virtue of, you know that drow nobles are all born with the innate ability to levitate at will. She just lifts herself up out of the swarm. Seems almost exasperated by this whole process. And
That sounds about right.
she is going to... Okay. Do nothing right now. But she's just watching this unfold. She'll say, is this what you want? All right. Then she will she'll begin casting another spell. A weapon, like a scythe made of pure shimmering force, appears over your head and swings down.
Thank you,
Hits
Sirenscape.
armor class 18, and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
grappled right now.
Yeah.
So it's gonna deal 8 points of damage. It is your turn.
Is it a standard action to break free from this adhesive?
It is, yes. And it requires an escape artist check or strength check.
How far away is she from me?
She's about 15 feet ahead of you, and maybe 6 feet up in the air.
want to do something, but it's 15 feet of range. So I don't think I can hit her, right? Ah!
While he's thinking, Silent H says, "Short show, everyone. Impromptu Q&A."
Probably.
And he also says, "Need a dat smash emote." And he also says, "It's probably cooler on the couch anyway."
It's not.
No,
This
it is not.
I feel like I'm dripping in sweat.
Not.
It is
Yeah.
very cool. It is very hot.
Jukebox Hero Raccoon says, "Oh damn, Clarette's gonna die by Adla's hand." And then Dat Storian also says, "LOL, Clarette's disappointment that Adla didn't take fall damage was priceless."
Adla begins. Can I cast the spell in this?
Not while you are grappled,
dry
it
my
requires a
armpit.
concentration check.
Your knee armpit?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to do that.
I know,
Yes.
very
Okay.
gross.
too.
So nasty.
Because I believe it's the only chance that I have.
I have a really good point.
You do.
That's going to be a 21.
It's 15 plus double the
Thank you.
spell's
I work
level.
out my
All right, so I make it.
All right.
All right, and a cloud disperses in front of me, 20-foot radius. So it's going to get her and everyone that's around me, and they are now within a haunting mist.
Which does.
Oh, well, and first of all, I'm going to move the swarm over on top of one of those
Okay.
fools, and they're going to take 5 points of damage.
You could just give up and we can.
Pass against the poison.
That's great.
Pass
As
against the
Adla, I'm trying to continue doing things.
great.
As Ben the player, I really want you guys
Yeah,
to come back.
keep telling us
I'm
that.
trying to hold off as long as I possibly can. An illusory of misty vapor inhabited by shadowy shapes arises around you. It is stationary. The illusory mist obscures all sight, including dark vision.
Okay.
Beyond 5 feet, a creature 5 feet away has concealment. Creatures further have total concealment. And all creatures within the mist must save or take 1d2 points of wisdom damage.
Wisdom.
And gain the shaken condition.
All
Are we
right.
technically in it? Even
Yeah, are we in that?
Oh no, I don't believe that you're in it.
The will save for the priestess, 19 on the die, so she's gonna
Yep,
save.
yep,
but
that's
the
going to
warriors, one is going. What's the DC on it?
The DC is 14, I believe.
14. Okay, so they
No,
both failed.
15.
Okay, they both failed. So they're
So they
shaken,
both take-
and they cannot see, and they take wisdom damage.
They take 1 point of wisdom damage.
All right.
Doing everything I can over
You
here,
are,
Jim Jam.
you are holding it off.
You're doing a lot.
And they're shaken.
And they're shaken. Correct. This mist is a problem for me. It's a real problem. Okay.
What?
Duchess of Dino says Jamie looks like she hasn't sweat a drop. Everyone else, on the other
Because
hand.
the air is blowing literally like on Lyra's spot.
Yeah, so it's like
But
here.
yeah, so I get nothing,
don't
and
worry.
neither does Jared. We both have nothing.
Yeah.
It's not even really cold air that's
I know,
going
No,
but
it's hot air.
at least she gets
But
like
I'm
a
getting
breeze.
moving air at
I don't
least,
have
yeah.
anything.
But
outside.
Axiom-
It looks, because the sun is setting a little bit, it sort of looks like the air is on fire.
But Axiom does say, "I appreciate you guys being uncomfortable in the heat and preserving for our entertainment."
Aw,
Right?
That's why we're here.
That's why we do it.
Even though this
Out of love.
sucks.
All the time.
The heat sucks.
The okay. On their turn, the priestess is going to move herself up further out of the fog. Huh?
No.
No. And she doesn't have line of sight to you, but she does have line of effect, and all you need for this one is to hear the sweet, sweet sounds of her voice. First, I gotta overcome your spell resistance.
Wait, can we hear the sweet sounds?
I'm not gonna do it.
Can I wake up so I can hear the sweet, sweet sounds?
How many rounds are they out? I need to know this.
Drought poison is not like a little bit. 19 to overcome spell resistance. Now you need to make a will save. As you hear, coming from somewhere in the fog, you hear, I suggest that you simply disperse the fog and let us talk about this as in a more reasonable setting.
Talk.
19 on the die,
Okay,
plus
you
my 6.
feel the insinuations trying to overcome your will, and you shake them off. You know this trick is a common one amongst the priesthood. You know it's a trap, and you overcome the compulsion to follow her suggestion.
Dang. Got a nat 1 to wake up. Didn't work.
Does not work.
Oh my god.
Again, the wait out the poison, the stuff lasts too long. So if you want to continue this until you are dead, that's fine. But waiting it out until they wake up is not really an option.
But I am going
Unless
to...
Claret has a brilliant move up her sleeve.
One of them was distracted. I mean, it
Yeah,
threw
they're
her.
like fumbling around. The warriors have it like they're just now fumbling around in the fog.
It's
They
time,
basically
I
are just
mean-
moving away from you because they are
yes.
terrified of this fog, trying to get out of it.
I'm gonna
Are you going to do anything?
Storian
Not yet.
or Dat Storian. I'm sorry, I apologize. Interesting. The cast is suffering in the cave because of lack of AC. The cast is suffering in game due to lack of AC. Very good. I like that.
Oh, I like that.
Sorry, I was doing that while you guys are.
So I'm going to try and break free from this.
Okay, make a escape artist or strength, whichever one is higher for you.
Why?
Neither. So is
Oh, and the I'm sorry, on her turn, the spiritual weapon gets to make another attack.
Oh yeah, this is probably going to be it then.
Dragging some legs,
Oh,
Natasha.
15 on the die
It's
means
sweating
a total of
over here, I don't
23.
like
Everyone,
it.
give us a point.
Oh yes.
It's a 23,
I don't have
and you
any
take
point.
from the spiritual weapon, you take 6 points of damage.
And Adla is unconscious.
Unconscious. Are you dying?
No.
I
Not
wake up.
dying.
I can wake up now, right?
Hit him.
And I
Hit him,
see.
Jim!
Does your fog
Oh, wait, what happened to
require?
I believe it
Concentration.
requires concentration.
Okay, so
I'm actually not sure that it does.
What is it called? Haunting fog?
It's called Haunting
Haunting
Mist.
Mist.
Haunting mists.
No, and I don't think it does, and it also there's no spell resistance on it, but
Okay.
it lasts for 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay.
Can I see through the fog? Can I see the
No,
priestess?
it's actually very specifically cannot see through the fog. Though you do see that hovering above the
Above?
fog
Okay,
is the
that's- yeah.
priestess. Then you guys hear Adla stop cackling as the spiritual weapon that the priestess had summoned strikes him down. There's
Can
a moment of silence, and
Can I
then
attempt a charm person on the priestess?
the priestess. Okay. You can attempt a
You
charm person.
tried to kill me! Stop doing that!
When you begin to cast a spell, the 2 warriors nearby are absolutely going to notice that. So you need to cast defensively.
Okay. Sorry, remind me.
It's just your
Concentration?
caster level. Yeah, concentration.
That's a leaner.
Leaner, wiener, wiener.
13!
13 is not going to do. You're going to provoke attacks of opportunity, but the spell might still go off if they don't hit you. It might still go off.
All right, Jim. All right.
There's a jumping backflip.
I've got a 2 on one of these,
Jumping back.
Great,
and
I
I've
like
got an
it.
18 on the other.
Oh.
on
I
the
don't like
die.
that.
You are going to take 6 points of damage. I need you to make another concentration check, which is going to be 15 plus the damage taken plus double the spell's level.
I'll just roll and you tell me if I make that.
Did it roll on to the 20?
Nat 20.
Yeah, I saw that.
29.
29 is enough. Now you need to make a check to overcome her spell resistance. So roll a caster level check to overcome her spell resistance.
Crap! That's a 5 on the die. Plus concentration.
Nothing happens.
Level.
You also
and
need to make a
your-
fortitude save because you were struck by the drow poison.
You can't laugh
This is
anymore
so
today.
many rollings. an 8, and you go down.
Oh my god.
Everyone has either succumbed to the drought poison or just physical, brutal damage.
Q&A
wake up-
time.
No,
Crag went to sleepy time a little bit ago.
Q&A
a
time.
long time after I did, so I've been.
I would like each person except for Adla to make a fortitude save.
Oh. Great.
13.
Oh, you
11.
I rolled a 1.
A 1. Claret, you are the first.
Plus 2, 3.
You are the first to awaken.
Okay.
Who knows how much longer it is. Your wounds are still aching. They haven't been patched up, but you have been moved. You and all of your companions have been moved into, you are in a tent made of a very thick canvas material, but it looks like it's been dyed a deep, almost royal purple. Each of you has been tied to a pole that has been dug into the ground. You see each of your companions except for Adla. Adla is the only one you don't see.
I don't know if I would be a companion.
You can hear outside. You can hear the sounds of movement, the sounds of talking in a language that you do you know Undercommon?
No.
It's
Oh,
a language that you
do.
don't recognize.
Damn it, I do.
But there's a lot of talking. You can sort of get the sense that you are in you must be like in an encampment. So you hear lots of voices, lots of movement, much more so than you have in the last several days of moving down into Darklands.
Poop. I do.
Can I attempt to get out any bindings that I'm like? Would that be possible?
It would be difficult, but not impossible.
Can I?
You can start working at it. You have been stripped of your weapons
Yeah.
and any objects that were not like specifically well hidden on your person. You don't see where there's no like place that indicates like where your stuff is in here.
Right.
The tent is otherwise completely empty except for these posts. You actually see that there are several more posts than there are there are quite a few posts in this room, but the only ones that are occupied are yours.
The 4.
The
Yeah.
four
And
of you,
Crag.
because Crag has also been
Um.
and everybody else is still dead asleep, like slumped over. It looks like, as near as you can tell, like you wait a moment because you don't even remember knowing whether they were alive or dead before you succumbed to whatever it was that dropped you. But you do see signs of life. They're breathing. It looks like they're alive at least.
Okay. Can I attempt to get out of the bindings? Would that be?
Yes. So while you're doing that, you're going to make an escape artist check.
Okay.
And while you're doing that, we're going to turn our attention to Adla.
Oh, so our attention
We're
is
going to turn our
turned
attention
towards
to
the comments.
the comments.
Duchess of Dino says Jamie looks like she
Oh,
has
we
a
already
sweat.
read that
Oh,
one.
all right.
That one.
Crossbearer 18 says Adler's laugh is more annoying than Quigley's. I don't think it was possible. Well done, Ben.
Kyle.
It's Lucas Martinez says dragons and things come for the Pathfinder, stay for the leg action.
I'm trying to try the armpit thing.
Take it,
Gross.
Diana. Do the last one.
Brian Summers says, hang in there. I just had an ice sculpture made in the shape of a couch. It's on the way.
Oh,
Yes!
wonderful.
But this is
Okay.
actually helping. Jared, is this helping you too?
And,
it actually
Yeah.
on my vein. It helped.
Yeah.
You guys want one?
Mama Jim Jam has used 10 bits. I'm in for life has used 189 bits. That Storian has used 4 bits for the #1 Pathfinder Twitch, which I'm sure we are right now. So thank you so much for watching us and making us the #1 Pathfinder on Twitch right now. So, and Kitsu723 has used 54 bits.
Jim, do you want one for?
Yeah, please.
It actually is helping.
I bet.
So
Put it also
put it on
your
your
wrist.
jugular and your wrist. Yeah, that's where your main veins
Ah,
are.
goodness. It is too hot in the Crag Cave.
Sorry, guys.
It's
It's
very
very
hot.
We
hot.
have
Take
to.
that.
We have got. That's another Crag Cave update we got to do. Is getting this place cooler.
Templeton, would you like the last one?
Sure.
Tororpa one?
Tororpa one says, hello guys, it's almost 4 a.m. in Portugal. And I'm coming extra late from work. Happy to see I could still see that great show. Love you guys.
Thank you
Hey,
so much.
Portugal.
Adler loves you
Nice.
We love
No,
you.
he doesn't. He loves no one.
He loves.
He
That's
really loves
not
it.
true. Adler loves Screech.
Adla, you
I figured.
you awaken, and your whole body aches, and you are flat on your back, staring up at the top of a tent, and you move your head around, and you're looking around. You can see that you immediately recognize this must be the commander's space. You are laying across her table. Your hands have been bound above your head. Your feet have been bound. You are stretched out over this table. And when you turn your head, a woman who is talking to the priestess who took you prisoner notices that you are up, and she motions for the other one to stop talking. She gets up, and she's dressed in very in dyed silks, but she wears the symbol of the priesthood. You know that she must be the one in charge of this entire outpost that you have been brought to. And she moves over to where you are, and she's staring you right in the eyes, and you try to move your mouth only to find that you've been gagged. You have this thick cloth tied tight, painfully across your face. And she takes one of her hands and places it on your shoulder, and extends one of her fingers and digs it into a spot on your shoulder, just above your collarbone, a spot that you have, that is sort of the source of your shame. It is a tattoo that was given to you when you were outcast from the Drow society. It is the mark that banishes you from their society and holds you apart from all Drow for all time. And she digs her thumb into this spot until it hurts. You don't give her the satisfaction of a scream, but she knows it hurts, and she doesn't need that from you. When at last she speaks, her words, even with the things that you have seen, and even with the madness that has taken your mind, the words that she speaks send a shiver of absolute terror through you when she says, I hear that you gave my people quite a bit of trouble. And I see that, well, you've been punished once before, and it never took. As you know, there are worse punishments than banishment. I hear you wanted to come back into the fold. That can be arranged, but not as you are now. I'm going to turn you, and you will be mine from here on out. And you know that if she does have the power to do that, if she is powerful enough to accomplish this task, that she has effectively sentenced you to a fate so shameful that it is considered so far worse than death. It is the worst possible punishment that a drow can inflict on another. When she says turn you, she means to turn you into an abomination. Something dreaded by the foes of the drow, and something only the worst and most shamed drow ever become. She intends to turn you into a drider. And she moves away from you, and the other priestess in the room and her begin preparing a very elaborate ritual. And when it is complete, there will be no Adla, but there will be something else, something that belongs to her. Back in the tent with the rest of you, you have been awakened. You are trying to free yourself from these bonds. What do you do?
I rolled
Escape artist will work.
Yeah,
You could try brute strength, but these ropes are very strong.
Yeah, I rolled a 25 escape artist.
25 escape artists.
Wow.
It is in the first 10 minutes. Nothing like these. Nothing happens. This is.
I'm gonna try to whisper to Kimbleton and Savine and Krag to wake them, see if maybe one of them can get out and...
How do you intend to wake them?
Whispering.
Whispering? Yeah, that's you're trying to.
Actually, you know what? I'll use a ghost sound.
Okay. Can you cast that without a somatic component?
She's going to use her feet.
This is the
Let me
leg
double
shell.
check that.
Footsies.
You're probably right, Jim.
So
But-
Star says, what did I miss besides the soda sponsoring?
It's helping
I
with
can't.
a heart.
And okay.
I guess I'll just call out to
Sorry.
them
Okay.
as quietly as I deem safe.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's you are like trying to get anybody else to
Yeah.
wake up. It's not working. You get a little bit louder. Whatever has these guys under is serious business. And then one of the tent flaps comes aside as you yell the last time, and somebody steps in and is looking down at you. They can't hear you, and they won't for some time. But I am glad to see you are awake. Tell me, what is such a pale, frail little tree dweller doing down here? And be truthful. I'll know if you lie. And as he's talking to you, he bends down really close to you, and you can see that as he's talking, he has several knives at his hip, and he's tapping on one of them as he talks to you. And he draws one, and he doesn't point it at you or anything, but he starts picking at his nails with it.
And I can't cast anything because... Okay.
Your hands are bound.
We came down here searching for a group of, I don't know what you call them, tree dwellers, I guess you called me. They're our friends, and we're trying to save them. They're gonna release a huge, big bad into the world, and we're trying to help them not do that.
Not much of a storyteller.
I'm better at singing and dancing.
Why don't we start at the beginning? This other group. Tell me about the other group.
Why don't you let me out first, then we can talk.
I think you know that's not how this works.
What would you like to know?
Tell me about the others, the ones you're searching for.
It's a group of 5, maybe. See the big guy over there? Looks exactly like him, but it's not him. Then short, stabby lady. A girl that heals us. And a guy that holds the power of the universe. And a really strong dude in a lot of armor.
And why are they down here so far from the light?
They intended to prevent releasing a... I hate this. They intended to prevent releasing a giant evil into the world, but they were led into a trap.
What kind of a trap? That sounds dreadful. You must want to save them.
Yes, I would like to. That's what I was trying to do.
What evil would they be releasing down here? I don't understand why. Why are they here? Specifically.
What was it? It was the hammer, and they were getting the orb. The orb. They're after an orb.
An orb. An orb. I knew that you could do it. I knew that you could.
Jim Jam.
Tell me, where are they going to find the orb? We've heard about it. People down here talk, chatter. Much like you have chatter. But there are so many secrets still I don't know. Though I have tried very, very hard to get these secrets out of the chatterers. Perhaps you'll be more forthcoming. What is this orb? Who has it now? Where would someone find it if they wanted it?
I don't have any of those answers.
I'm afraid that's simply not going to do. And he raises the knife and puts it right up against your flesh and presses it until just one drop of blood spills down your shoulder. Are you sure you can't remember anything yet?
Somebody help me.
Why don't you roll to see if you remember?
Can I roll to see if I remember?
Yeah, you can roll.
Because that's what I would do. I know that's what I would do. I don't know.
Jim Jam, I am loving where we're at right now. You
fantastic.
are
Yeah.
just, you're bringing it so hard this episode, and I love it. But for all of you fans out there who are joining us and watching us, make sure you share this episode, and all you have to do is click the button, share it to Twitter, so that you can be entered to win amazing prizes at the end of this. And they're worth it, and Jim Jam's performance in it is entirely worth it. So,
Emmy award winning right now.
Emmy.
I
Emmy.
have my first award was for the Dead Yeti performance.
I think we're good.
I don't know if I've topped the Dead Yeti yet,
It was
but
such a good Dead Yeti performance.
What would you like me to roll, Jim?
roll me a wisdom check to see if you can even overcome the sheer panic.
That's a 6.
A 6. Your mind is blank with terror. All you can think of is all of the horror stories that you were ever told about what the drow would do when they caught the surface elves, and the cruelty and the delight they took in inflicting pain, and all rational thought flees even further when he begins to cut and cut and cut. Several hours pass. Everybody else who was down there awakens.
Oh, now I wake up. Oh, that's great.
You awaken.
Wake up when it's convenient.
On
for
on a lighter note, Fuzzy Wuzzums has subscribed to us, so well,
Yay,
thank
Fuzzy
you.
Wuzzums.
Fuzzy also said, not sure why, but some reason my kitten has something against Kimbleton and slaps at the TV only at him. Suppose she's more a druid fan than a ranger.
No, she doesn't like short people, I suppose.
No, because later she said hashtag Team Bug.
Oh, and
Brian Summer says the soda cans that the gals have been rubbing all over their bodies are going to be up for auction. This solves the Dragons and Things budget needs for next year.
We'll use that to buy a new AC, an even bigger one.
Wow. Why can't it be the guys? Why can't it be the guys rubbing the cans all over their body?
It can be.
Hello? Hey,
Did he say that it had to be just the girls? Because
he
if
did.
somebody
He
wants
did.
my sweaty can, I'll give it to him.
I wasn't.
Gross.
Well, but one of the
He
bits
was.
came from Elite Trooper 348. Gave us 200 bits for Kimbleton product placement.
That is true.
With-
I can't.
that historian says, on the upside, if Adler becomes a Thrider and gets banished, he is sexually dimorphic. He can be his own date.
Cool. Nice.
Answer the
Nice, I
important
guess.
questions, Jim.
The important things. When you guys awaken, still feeling the cloudy, foggy sense, as if you've been awakened from a deep, deep sleep.
How many hit points do we get back?
No recovery. This has not been a recovery.
Oh, it wasn't rest?
You guys, each of you come to roughly within the same 5-minute span. You're looking around. You see that it is Savine. You see that it's Kimbleton, Krag, and you see a bloody mess tied up nearby. What do you do?
is the thing gone? Is there anyone around
There's
us?
nobody else in the room.
I'm gonna attempt to escape artist.
All right, you try to, you see
Or
this,
strength
and you
check.
immediately begin tugging at the bonds that hold you, making an escape artist check.
Try and do that. I'm kind of hollering over at her a little bit. Claret, hey, wake up! What happened to you?
Clara,
Am I even conscious?
You come to, and everything hurts, and you are covered in your own blood, and you can still feel like the open wounds on your face and on your chest and on your arms. And you look around and you see Kimbleton and Savine and Krag have all awakened.
I'm gonna assume I have very little strength left to even like hold my head up or
Yeah.
say anything, and I'm just
Kimbleton,
gonna
yeah, you see like she lifts her head weakly in your direction, and like as she's trying to blink the blood out of her eyes as she's looking at you, but I mean she's barely there.
I'm gonna try to say they know about the orb. That's
18.
18, yeah, you are not able to break free.
Digging this Sirenscape right now, really
Yeah.
fitting the mood.
Can I see her and I'm going to cast Aspect of the Bull on myself and Krag and try to break out.
All right, so yeah, you see Krag over there, and you give him a nod, and you channel. It doesn't require the use of your hands, right? I think it's just like it's just a regular, it's just a thing that you do. So you nod at him, and you both begin to strain. I'm gonna have somebody else roll for Krag.
Don't look at
I
me.
want one of you guys to go ahead and roll Krag's check, and Krag is going to rate. Krag sees what these horrific monsters have done to Claret, and immediately goes into a blinding rage. He's going to get a +2 bonus for Kimbleton's Aspect of the Bear. He's going to get Aspect of the Bull.
bull.
He's going to
Bull
get another +4 for going into a blind rage. And he has his strength bonus that I will tell you in just a moment. He's getting a +4 for his strength bonus as he begins to tear at the bonds that hold his hands.
His
Can
D20 is right there. We're going to not touch it.
We're gonna not touch his actual dice. Okay.
no.
I rolled a 22.
22.
Well, I have a 22, yeah.
But,
You are trying your hardest, but the bonds do not break. Can Krag do it?
Who wants
Would you want to
it?
send it down here? Down
Through the tower.
Through the tower?
Krag says nat 20.
Krag says nat 20. Krag got a nat 20?
Yeah.
What is it?
That's
This is double digits.
Hold on, stop. 14 on the die, plus
Okay.
6, plus his strength bonus.
+6 +8.
28 for Krag.
28 for
Plus,
Krag.
Claret was humming a tune to inspire.
Yeah.
You can actually
yeah,
try to
I'll
sing
start
to
humming.
inspire
So
competence.
And I'm
that's
gonna
what the
cast a
25?
large person on him.
Can you need the use of your hands to cast it?
No.
I will,
Come over here and I'll touch you.
I can't do that, but I'll inspire competence.
Inspire competence?
Will that do it?
So his brain lights on fire.
He just so his body lights on fire, burning away the ropes. Krag is straining, and you hear a creaking sound, and with a sustained roar,
No.
Krag snaps the rope holding his hands, leaps to his feet as two of these warriors come rushing into the tent, and Krag leaps at the first one. Somebody roll a d20 for me.
Oh, wait. Here, you do it. You do it.
Wait.
That one right there.
Why can't you just touch it?
No,
I still get mad.
Are you serious?
Oh, Jim, it's a 2.
A 2 on the die is no good. These guys come in, and they seem unprepared for the sheer fury that's coming at them. Unbridled fury. They quickly try to draw weapons and try to take us. Like, Krag tries to grab the one, just with crush him to death with his brute strength. Can't get a hold of this slick, wily drow as they both take swings at
never mind.
him.
So Craig's gonna die.
Power went
They
out.
both miss. They're both caught off guard by all of this. But does anybody else have anything else they can do
Oh, wait.
before the next action? You can try again,
I'm
Kimbleton.
gonna
Like, you can
keep- I'm gonna
keep
keep
trying to
going,
break
yeah.
free.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep
Go,
going.
go, go!
I mean, that's a 19 on the die that time, so 25.
25. Not
I'm gonna
quite
cast Spectral
enough.
Hand.
No.
Spectral Hand.
Do you have, in order to cast the spell, does it require a somatic component?
How do
It'll
I
have an
know
S
that?
by the spell description.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so you have to use your, you have to have use, because you have to make the arcane gestures
I rolled a
to
19.
cast
that's
the
what that
spell.
means?
So that's what that means.
Okay, I'm gonna cast
plus
Her, which is
Flare on one of the guys.
It does not have a somatic
No,
component?
it does not. It has a V.
Alright.
It has a V. don't
Okay,
think-
that's just verbal, so it only requires you to be able to speak.
I'm gonna cast flare
Well,
on
and
one
then
All
of
right,
them.
so
Plus the two for me is a 25.
there is a burst of several lights, almost like fireworks that go off in front of this guy's eyes, and he's trying to blink back, and he's momentarily distracted as you cast one of the only spells that you can think of to give Krag some kind of an edge,
I will also cast Gallant Inspiration on Krag.
which you can do verbally.
I'm gonna double check, but I think so.
Oh my god, flare's the only thing I can cast right now.
I raise Celeste as a bugbear.
Me?
Comes to the rescue.
Yeah, it's just verbal.
Just verbal, awesome. Tell me about Gallant Inspiration.
It gives him 2d4 bonus on a failed attack roll or skill check.
Nice. All right, so he's gonna make another attempt to just try to grab somebody and rip them apart, limb for limb. Roll
And
a
then
d20.
2d4
You got it this time.
with it.
Slowly down it so it doesn't fall out.
15 on the die.
15 on the
Plus
die.
2d4
Plus
if we
2d4.
Sorry,
I mean,
when you're
he's definitely got it with that.
Okay.
And then what
So-
am I rolling for damage? Just kidding.
You're good. You're
I'm
good.
good.
So,
Krag, we're doing it!
so this one drow is taken out of the fight as there's this flare burst in front of his eyes. He's blinking it away, trying to clear his vision so he can do something to defend himself against this wild, raging barbarian. Krag leaps forward, grabs the one that isn't flared, grabs him on the top of his head by his hair, and just twists in a sudden, brutal fury. You guys all hear the snap of a neck,
Ew.
and he tosses the body at his flared companion, who's like knocked back
And
by this
somewhere,
flying body.
somewhere Adler's getting cut up and he's just going.
Who's got? All right, we're on to the next turn. What do you guys? You guys got anything else you could give to help Krag?
I don't have anything, I just have
Okay,
flare.
I know.
I'm gonna give him-
You can cast it again.
Dungeon
Cast
Doodle
again.
says
Alright.
so much flair!
So much flair.
Let me double check if this is verbal only.
I think that's all I've got. That's verbal.
Nog50 says Team Jim Jam whoop
Oh,
whoop
wait,
and
I've got
shout out
True
to
Strike.
Mug whoop.
Is it,
It says
verbal only?
F. It says verbal and F, whatever the F is.
I forget what F is.
Some more bits too. I'm in for life with 610 bits instead of
yes,
BC1 with another 100.
Oh yes.
Put up your
And I'm in for life says Evil Jim Jam narrative on point tonight, sending cool thoughts to the team tonight.
Oh, that means
He
it
doesn't
there's a
have-
component, but sorcerers automatically get eschew materials, which means you don't need the component, so you can just speak the words
And I
and
say-
inspire Krag. You actually you like your eyes roll back into the back of your head, and you can actually see a momentary glimpse of the next few seconds, and you see this drow get up and try to lunge forward with Krag. And you whisper into Krag, like just whispering, but Krag, even through his rage, he hears the magic as you portend what is about to happen, and you tell him, you sort of inspire him with a vision of exactly what this drow is about to do, and he knows exactly how to react. He instinctively comes in, lunges forward. I mean,
If he doesn't roll a 1,
the only thing that could possibly stop him is a 1.
roll well for Sir
Yeah.
Krag.
Go
They'll just
slow. You have to go
slowly
slow.
put it in there.
Slowly put it in.
Yeah,
Oh,
a little bit better than that.
It's an 8.
Yeah.
All right,
We're
so
all right.
inspired by your glimpse of the future that you impart into Krag, he leaps forward to meet the drow, who just to get a sword and lunge into him, just grabs him, takes him to the ground, and starts beating him
No.
over. And
No.
this is not
this
what
is
you
Krag.
think it
This
is.
is Krag.
This is not what you think it is.
No?
Yes.
This is good.
And just smashes this drow in the face over
good.
and over and over.
Silently, though.
Very quietly. Nobody else notices. And soon, there is nothing but a bloody barbarian and 2 lifeless hunks of meat.
great, I'm hungry.
Krag gets up. Fatigued, but in control of himself once again. Stumbles over to where you guys are and begins untying the rope. Soon, you are all freed from your bonds.
Just like that? Oh,
Just just like that,
Yes,
Krag.
yes.
But you guys know that you are like
we gotta
still
go. Yeah.
enemy territory, unarmed.
Do they have swords on them?
They do. Each of them had a long sword.
I'm gonna go grab both of them. I'm gonna toss one to Krag.
They took
Alright.
all of our weapons, yes?
Yeah, they took all of your
Do I
equipment.
still have my belt
So
on?
how many? How
Dang
many?
it!
All of your
Throwing
equipment
this
has been
sword
taken.
There's two
would
guys.
have been amazing.
Take the other sword.
I'm gonna just say I don't think I can carry a sword right now.
I gave one to Krag and I took the other
that's
one.
Okay,
fair.
Yeah.
You have suffered one of the like literal nightmares of elves.
I don't even know how much a cure moderate would do for me at this point.
I mean, it would repair the physical damage.
But I even then I would say like I'm at least shaken,
Mm.
if not more.
I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. You have at least mechanically, like if you want to cast the spell to close the wounds.
Yeah, I'll at least stop
to
my
ease the
bleeding
pain. And even after the pain fades, your wounds are closed, but like you can feel the cold steel, and it's like those scars. Like you just keep thinking about how he just kept cutting and cutting, and the flash of white in his teeth as he smiled the whole time. And there you are. You know that there's the two dead drow. You have a long sword. Krag has a long sword. They had some other stuff if you want to
Yeah,
grab it
I
real
was
quick.
checking through everything else to give to everyone.
Each of them also carried a Tanglefoot bag, and they each had a chain shirt on. Which, if you want to take the time, it would only take like a minute. You could, unless you think that it would be better to leave immediately. You want to take that time to get their armor off and put it on. Or if you think it might be stealthier without it. Chain shirt it's the light armor, so it's not too bad on the stealth check penalties. But what do you want to do?
Well, President Voss
Grab the
wants to
Tanglefoot
know,
bags at least.
but how are the dicks?
We haven't.
Nobody has eaten any of the
them.
dicks yet. We'll eat dicks. Maybe we'll wait till Marcus gets back. Then they can eat the dicks.
Yeah.
It's way too hot to eat a dick right now.
I don't think Lyra's gonna eat a dick.
This is.
I think we need to just
This might be the first time we've gotten off the rails tonight.
We're way off the rails.
We went real fast
Grab,
off the
let's
rails.
grab the Tanglefoot bags at least.
I'll toss each of Tanglefoot to each of you guys.
Okay.
And we'll just go. Yes?
Yes,
Yeah,
let's go.
I want to just. Krag is angry. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
Seen what happened to her.
Yeah.
Want to get her out
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
I'm in for life, says Claret has PTSD, but that was from dealing with Adler and not the drow.
Okay. So, in terms of leaving, I'm assuming that stealth is the name of the game.
Yeah.
If you had any armor check penalties, don't need to worry about them for stealth because you are currently not wearing any armor. But otherwise, go ahead and proceed. Why don't you guys make a stealth check just to take a peek outside? And remember that Claret and Krag need light. They are currently basically like being led around by you two.
28 on the die for stealth.
28 on
12,
the die.
13 for stealth.
13.
16.
Okay. Okay. You open the tent flap, and as the others are sort of mentally preparing themselves for what you guys have to do now to get away from this encampment, you are on a tent that is, you're in a tent that is sort of apart from several rows of others. You are being very quiet, very cautious. Nobody seems to have noticed that you're like peeking out into the darkness. You can see that this is a very organized and it reminds you of a military camp. There are a few rows of smaller tents at the rear of the camp. Towards the center of this camp, there's a much larger tent that looks that bears there's a flag, and it has a sigil on it that you don't recognize, but your first thought is that's where the command, would be the command tent, so to speak. Definitely the most important person in the encampment would be there. You see that you can hear the sounds of drow moving around, talking amongst each other. They're all speaking. I don't think you know Undercommon.
I do.
You do?
I do. I have it.
Okay, yeah, so you can kind of catch snatches of what's being said, but again, they're so distant that a lot of you don't really get much information. But nobody seems to have there's no alarm. There's no so whatever currently you guys haven't been noticed. But you also haven't moved out of the tent yet. You're just kind of watching and examining. You see that it would be difficult, but you could pick out a route to just leave the camp. Where you are in the tunnels, you don't know, but you could at least get away from the camp with a pretty decent stealth check. Or you still haven't seen Adla, and you have no idea where your things are.
Well, we don't have any of our stuff.
Sarah, girl 9959, Savine should feed off the drow blood before going. Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can feed off a little bit of the drow blood.
So I do. Sorry, I need. It gives me strength.
This side of the couch gets very dark sometimes.
And,
Sim,
but
sim,
there
these
is
quick
very,
legs
very,
going fury.
there's no ambient light, so Krag is effectively blind unless there is a light source provided. And
don't
even
have light.
Claret, I mean, she has low light vision, but there's no light. Like
there's
no
light
dim
for
light for her to use, so she's
And
basically
I would be
blind
too
as well.
afraid to even cast like dancing lights.
That would
for
that
stealth.
would very likely draw attention to yourself.
So
Is-
Make
think-
knowledge. Make knowledge local checks.
No.
I don't
Oh,
have
yeah,
knowledge
'cause
local.
everyone's always got knowledge local. I don't
Claret might.
yeah.
17.
I've got no knowledge local.
Me neither.
whatsoever.
One thing that you do know about Drow, actually, there's a couple things that you know about Drow, is that when you're thinking like, well, dancing lights would attract attention. One thing that you do know is that even the least Drow are born with certain innate magical talents, things that they can do, not at will, but often. They can cast even ones with no training whatsoever. And you do happen to know that Dancing Lights is a spell that any drow can cast. So if you can find a way to disguise yourself, as you did before, you could get away with Dancing Lights because it's something that drow are able to do.
Okay. Then I guess I could disguise myself as a drow again and cast dancing lights.
Okay?
I was trying to
I'd
see if
say
there was
You
something
could
that
make
I
us
could
our
do, but no.
prisoners.
Well, at least make one of us your prisoner, and the other two will try to like stealth and kind of hide behind you.
I have good stealth.
I've got pretty good stealth as well.
Then Krag will be my prisoner.
All right,
Just one?
Krag's going to be the prisoner, and then you two are just going to like follow behind. Okay.
We'll
so,
try.
He's got the
basically, yeah,
party.
you basically
He's got
pair
the
up
sword.
Claret and Krag, which is great because they're the ones who need the light, so they're
Yeah.
both together. They can
Can I
see.
take
You
both?
guys can be in the darkness.
Can I have both swords then?
Yeah, you can have two swords. Yeah,
And they're
Um,
long swords.
yeah, they're long swords. You can actually throw them if you want, but there's a -4 penalty for
But I
throwing
don't have my
weapons.
belt. You said my belt wasn't.
Right? No,
We'll
I mean,
come back to
you can
you.
still throw them. like
This is true.
you just have to manually walk up to get it back.
Oh, who wants to do
I mean,
that?
that's nonsense.
That's
Get out of
ridiculous.
here. Just letting you know, it's an option. Okay.
It's Lucas Martinez says, so Krag lost his gear. Twice.
Well, Krag didn't really have his gear, and he lost what little
Yeah.
ramshackle stuff he had. Okay, so using some of the rope from the bindings, you basically, do you want to actually tie Krag up, or do you want to make it look like he's
I
tied
want
up?
to make it look like.
So give me I'll let you either roll disguise or sleight of hand to see if you can tie it so that it looks like he's tied securely, but is in fact not.
Okay.
Jim, would I be able to watch her and help her?
Oh yeah, if you have those skills, you can aid
Yeah,
her.
because I have the rogue spec. So I watch her and I'll
You aid.
7. I rolled a 7 plus my sleight of hand is 8.
Okay,
she
so that's
would
enough to
aid.
give her a +2.
So it's a 15.
15.
Total.
So 15 will be the DC for anybody who like looks at that to see it, like that'll be the DC it takes to notice if it's
That
like
it's-
that's not
okay.
real.
Okay.
Right. So DC 15, I'll mark that down. All right. So you tie him up. You guys are going to hang back in the darkness because you can stick to the shadows and still see. How far away do you want to be from them as they move?
Not
Not too
super,
far.
not really far. Maybe like 10.
Yeah, 10 or 15.
Just 10 feet?
10,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
15
you're
feet.
actually sticking pretty close
Yes.
to
I
where
want
they
to
are.
stay close because
just-
I know
that'll
she's.
actually-
I know she's really rattled too.
Right,
We're
right.
kind of putting her
The
out
only
in
thing
front
is
of
that that'll
everything.
actually put you in the range of the light because the light itself goes about 20 feet. So
Oh,
it'll be
all right.
harder
Only
for you
20.
to
Stay on the
hide.
outside.
Yeah.
outside
So you want to
of the-
stay just outside, it's like
Yes.
25 feet away, just
Yeah.
outside the range of the light, so you can use the shadows.
Yes.
Yes.
And you're not illuminated. And you begin making your way through the camp. Now, you don't necessarily need a stealth check because you look like you make yourself look like one of the drow guards.
Yeah.
You've got your prisoner.
Whoa. Creepy.
where are you taking your prisoner?
Can I do a survival check to see, like, I would know the way out, or not at all?
Yeah, no, I mean, the encampment isn't, like, enclosed, so if
Okay.
you just want to get out of the camp, like,
Yeah.
you can just do that. Like, you can go. Yeah.
Can we have a quick meeting to decide, like...
Yeah, you guys can take some time before you guys get this going.
Okay,
Like, yeah, to decide how
I
it's
mean,
going to go.
Should we just leave and get out of here? That's my vote, but,
What if you need your stuff?
We don't have any of our stuff, and we don't know where Adla is either. I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened afterwards, but I mean, he was at least getting us somewhat far.
I don't think it was. And you want to find your stuff too?
I mean, if we are going to fight and survive, we must need our stuff.
We don't have any way to go through these tunnels by ourselves.
All right, let's at least find our stuff.
I'm going
Okay.
to cast Aspect of the Owl on myself and on her. That gives us a +4 to stealth stuff.
All right,
To
so that'll
stealth
give
stuff?
you a...
Yeah, so
or
anytime we have to
for
roll
the
for
owl?
stealth.
Because that should give you wisdom, right?
No, Owl is a +4 competence on stealth checks.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Very cool.
it's
Very cool.
No, perception is the eagle. Falcon is
Nice.
perception.
Very nice.
Tracy says, things. You don't have any of
No.
your things.
Oh,
You don't have
thank
any of
you.
your things. That's
Yes,
correct.
you're right.
Don't mess that
I need
up.
another Coke. I'm
So
sweating
when we
it.
take on aspects of the owl, what happens to us?
Okay.
I like their descriptions. These are always fun.
Here, do you
Yeah,
wanna put
so
this
just
back?
before you
Do
leave
you
the
want
tent,
another one?
No, I'm okay.
you
right now.
and
Thank you.
and Savine
Jared.
like cross your arms and stand back to back, and there's like a flash. There's like everything goes dark except for a strip of blue light right behind you, and your eyes, and there's like a pair of wings that come out from behind
Ooh.
the pair of you, and there's like a and then it all goes
like
away.
the Wonder Twins.
And-
They both give the thumbs up.
and you both give a
symbol.
thumbs up, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You give a thumbs up and you like bump fist, like the fist bump thumbs up. And now you're stealthier somehow from all that. Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
so stealthy.
And so you guys can, I tell you what, make me, as you are coming out of the cave, you're like, what's going on? Where do we go? Make a perception check.
Okay.
All of us, or just?
Just Claret
Okay.
for now. I want to see, because she's kind of the one who's going to
Yeah.
lead, and you guys can't really communicate to her because you'll make a bunch of noise if you do, so...
25.
25. Okay. You immediately rule out 2 rows of tents because that's like those are just like those are individual or maybe pair share. Either way, they're sold. They're not where the weapons and things would be kept. They're not storage. They're not big enough to have enough of your stuff unless they already distributed all your stuff, which doesn't make any
Right.
sense to you. So you would figure that that's not where things are being held. There's the very large tent in the center of the camp. If things are in there, it's a possibility. But you would guess there's going to be some heavy resistance because to you, you're thinking that's where that priestess is at the very least. And you heard her talking about somebody above her, and the thought of running in there and facing all that, and hoping your things are in there, not before you've eliminated other options. That just is not before you've eliminated other options. But there are several larger tents in another row that
Okay.
maybe.
Okay.
There are like 5 of them. And you could make your way to that side of the camp, and it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of activity. As long as you can fly casual, you might be able to make it there.
We'll do that. We'll head to that side.
So I tell you what we'll do. Stealth checks from you guys.
You got a +4.
11, 15,
Awesome.
16, 17, 18,
25.
19.
25.
19.
All right, so you are just
What do we use
like
something, right?
like
I'm on
like a
that.
shadow, drifting over the stone,
I'm
unheard,
tiny.
unseen.
I'm a tiny shadow.
A tiny shadow. And what did you get?
19.
19. It's still good.
Yeah,
Still
it's
pretty
it's
solid.
okay.
And just trying to keep out of the light, letting her get just enough distance where you can keep tabs on her. There's a few times where you have to stop because there's movement, and she gets a little bit further ahead. So you in particular, you have to like speed up at one point, so you're not quite as stealthy as his because you get stuck, and then you have to really like rush to keep up, and you kind of slip on a run. It's like, oh, there could have been some noise, but nobody takes notice. You can see that for the most part, like you draw some looks, but nobody like you look just like one of the guards. You're escorting one of the prisoners. So there's like some pointing and laughing, like you know, you caught some like this is amusing to them that they've caught these people. You know, especially catching this big guy. Occasionally you hear talk. You know Undercommon or no? Okay,
I
so
do.
you're not. Yeah, you do.
Can I hear it from there?
Make a perception check.
I don't keep saying I do, but I'm just getting excited. Perception. 11 plus 10, 21.
21. You actually do hear some snatches of conversation in Undercommon as the Drow are talking amongst themselves. And somebody says something about the fighting pits, and they're pointing up at Krag as he's being led by Claret. And it's repeated a few times. Something about the fighting pit. You know, only snatches of conversation, but it's something they keep saying. It's a motif that you hear. You wonder if perhaps they have maybe some decisions have already been made about Krag's fate as you lead them
I can't say
onward.
this.
Now, as you approach this row of tents, there are several Drow who are they're standing guard, but they look like it's kind of a lax type of thing. They don't expect a whole lot of trouble, which sort of you would gather that because they know they're not, they know that the camp commander is busy, and their Drow arrogance would assume that who would dare attack a Drow encampment? This guy would. This guy'd do it.
I would,
But
not right
as
now.
you're leading this hulking human, they do notice. And there are 3 of them, and they sort of they know it's like one of those things where at first they like glance over and they don't think anything of it, but it's like, oh wait, they're coming over here, so they stop and they get up and they come over, and they're not like threatening you or anything, but it's almost like why are you bringing this meat slab over here? What is the purpose?
I was told he needed his weapon back for the fighting. No, I don't know that. I don't know that at all.
Escala.
Also, what language are you speaking?
Yep. I would be speaking in... I'd have to be speaking in common, but I wouldn't understand a thing they're saying to me, though,
No,
right?
you have no idea what they're saying.
Can I make a linguistics check?
Yes, you can. You can at least try to gauge their intent.
Yeah.
Try to figure out what it is.
That's a 7.
7, yeah.
Just be
You
mute.
have no idea what they're saying to you. You kind of freeze up.
Yeah.
You guys see this happen, and it doesn't look like these drop like they're just they seem like they say something. You hear when like they're asking about like what's going on. They don't seem to have caught on that anything's wrong yet, but then the lead of this trio of guards like repeats the question again and looks puzzled.
Okay. Can I cast charm person on the lead guy?
You absolutely can.
Okay.
But what I need you to do
Yes.
is roll a
Concentration.
check to overcome their spell resistance.
Okay. 8.
That's
Damn it. 8.
8 total?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
on the die.
8 on the
Oh,
die.
8
What
on
do
the
I
die.
add? I'm sorry.
Plus your caster
10.
level.
10.
Plus your
10?
charisma modifier.
Oh, charisma modifier.
So that's enough. These guys
10.
don't.
Yes,
yeah.
10.
These guys don't have like super high. These are some low level dudes. They don't have the super. They're not like the priestess who has the really tough spell resistance. They're some low level guys. They're just they're the grunts. And now he gets to roll a will save.
That historian says, who would attack a Drow encampment? 2 pustules point at this guy, Adler.
You.
And explode on your face.
There's like...
Oh no.
2 on the die. You cast your spell and reach out with your mind, and you whisper, "It's okay. It's okay. I'm your friend." Now,
These are not the Drow
you
you're looking for.
feel your
Yeah.
spell take root in his mind, and he believes that you are an old friend, a trusted friend, but you're still gonna have to intervene because that spell does not apply to Claret, who is frozen.
Okay. Okay. So if I walked myself through there, would he know I'm an ally?
He would think you are one of his oldest, most trusted friends.
Perfect.
yes.
So I say to him, "Stay in the shadows. Stay." So I walk forward calmly,
I'm gonna stay
Okay.
in the shadows, but I'm gonna have the swords
Yep,
ready if
yep.
anything goes down.
All right.
and I walk over to the one I've charmed, and I
Uh-huh.
go, "It's nice to see you."
So you step out of the shadows into the light,
I know.
and two of these guards are like, "What?" Looking at you. The third one barely is looking at you, and he's like, "Oh, hi." And then his companions look to him, he's it's like they're halfway about to draw. They have no idea what to do. A stranger has stepped into the midst, but one of their friends has greeted you like a friend, so they seem completely confused. What do you say?
It's good to see you. It's been so long.
Yeah, I don't even remember the last time that I saw you.
I know.
I don't recall at all. But it has been too long. I know that. And he turns to his friends and says, "What are you doing, idiots? Like, you. What can I do? Like, what do you want? Like, can I get you anything? Do you want some tea?
I was going to
We
help-
have some mushroom wine. Is
Oh,
very good.
Perhaps some of that you can get that for me.
Yeah, I absolutely. I will go and I will go and get that.
Perfect.
I will go and get that. He
can
starts
you-
to walk away.
Okay, yes.
You right here. You just wait. I'll be back with this wine. And his two companions are standing there. And they're glaring daggers at you, but they haven't moved because, like, as far as they know, you're their boss's friend.
Am I able to charm them as well, quietly?
If you have the spell, yeah. But they
before you
will
do
see
that-
you are casting a spell.
Oh, they will see me?
So whichever
I
one you
will-
get will think you're a friend. The other one will have seen you cast
I
a spell.
Got
will
it.
Start to sing now that I'm like, oh, I should do something. And I will attempt to fascinate the last two of them.
Fascinate the last two of them. Wow, you guys are pulling out all the stops on this. So the one just walks away, and you begin singing just under your breath, trying to. At first, it's very quiet because as you're staring, like these drow are talking to you, and you are completely frozen. You don't understand anything they're saying, and again, you are. It's like just terror completely overcomes you. And then Savine walks up and starts talking to one of these guys, and she throws you like a wink. And you, I mean, I think you know Charm Person. Like you,
Yeah, I do,
You are like,
but-
you're getting it, and that her coming into the light sort of bolsters, like you finally find it within yourself to do something.
Yeah.
To try to disseminate the situation, or to resolve the situation, and you try to fascinate them. My friends, I've got a 5 on the die, so that's a fail.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is a natural 3. They both are looking at her, and they still, like, they don't trust this situation. And you can see that they're like, all right, you know what, I don't know what's happening, but this is not right. And then you begin to sing. And both of their faces go slack, and they tilt their heads, and they're just entranced, listening to this song, and doing nothing else.
I motion.
All right, I
Yeah.
sneak out of the shadows and I start peeking inside the first tent.
Okay. First, make a perception check for me.
Oh, come on, perception. Let me die today. Not today. 25.
Okay. You saw that the first drow that she sent away went into the second tent. So you go
Alright.
to the first tent that you're aware of. You peek inside. You do see that there are rows of weapon racks. This is definitely like an armory tent of some sort. You don't see your stuff. You just see some, like, you see a lot of, like, the same weapons that the drow have been carrying. But you don't see anything that's yours.
Right. Like just short swords and.
Yeah, short swords, long swords. Looks like they have You actually would like dwarves know these. They have heavy repeater crossbows. They have several mannequins with chain shirts on them. Some small light dark metalled shields.
There's one.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna grab one of the crossbows and a couple of the swords, and I'm gonna
Okay.
go out and give a sword to her, one to her while she's singing,
Okay.
and I've got the two swords and
All right.
I got the repeater crossbow with
The
me.
repeater crossbow. You grab
What
a
do we
couple.
have?
They actually come with cases of bolts that you feed into it. They can fire 5 at a time before they need to be reloaded. So you can fire 5 times and then reload.
Give
It's
that
an
to
exotic
Alex.
weapon.
As a present.
Now they are exotic weapons. So that's the
Oh,
only
means we
drawback to
can't
them.
use
But you
them.
can still
you can
use
use
them
it,
at a
you take a
penalty.
penalty.
But
Oh, okay.
but they're exotic weapons. So until you take the proficiency in them, there's a penalty to using them. They deal 1d10 damage, and yeah, you don't have to spend those move actions to reload until you've done 5 of them. And then it's a full round action to reload them once you have spent a case of bolts. You grab like 3 cases of bolts. It's 15 bolts, and have those too.
What did you hand us?
I gave you each a short sword.
Short sword.
Okay.
And what
All
does
right.
that
So
do?
you guys also have short swords.
Short swords are what?
Masterwork short swords.
1d6.
D6 damage plus your strength bonus.
Jukebox Hero Raccoon says, "Oh man, bards are awesome. The combo with Charm Person is amazing."
Yeah.
And Cadence
Definitely
101.
some good
Cadence
stuff
101
going on
has
here.
resubscribed.
Yay.
Thank you for that.
Oh, my strength's.
And Mama Jim Jam has used 115 bits, and I'm in for life has used 200 bits. So we've got a bit of a bit war happening.
Bit of a bit war. Bit.
Mid-level bit war happening.
Mid-level bit war. Bit skirmishes. A bit sortie.
Don't know who's winning these bit battles, but somebody's going to win the bit battle boss war.
A quick reminder, as people are inventorying themselves, if you have not shared this episode using the button right below the video that says share, share it on Twitter. It's all you got to do, and you are entered to win a prize pack that I announced at the beginning of this episode, which includes the Advanced Player's Guide, which includes a Warrior Pack from Brick Warriors, and a $20 Sirenscape gift card. Those things are going to be...
Play the video again?
No, don't play the video again. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to play the video.
Jim Jam, I don't know if I am sweating because of the heat or if it's sweating because of the scenario that we found ourselves in.
I
Yeah.
imagine it's a little bit of both.
Yeah. I mean, that air's definitely coming in cooler, but we're all
Kimbleton.
still...
Yeah.
You distribute all this stuff when
Things.
you distribute all these things when your very dearest friend comes back out carrying a pair of pewter goblets and a bottle of wine. He comes marching up to it, and he hears the singing, and he sees his buddies are just standing there. He sees you, and he's like, these guys down there. What's going on? He like snaps his fingers, like, idiots. This is why, whatever. And he comes up to you, he starts pouring some wine, and he gives it to you. He's like, what else? Like, I don't know. What? Hey, do you know about that we caught this whole band of people from the surface, and they, I tell you what, Skinner got into one of them, and he hasn't been happier in like weeks. I mean, he is thrilled to death. So luckily that guy, he'll probably keep to himself for a while. I mean, look, I get it, but you know how it is. He gives me the creeps sometimes.
Right.
So he's had his fill at least. And if nothing else, he has something to direct his attention to. He won't be bothering any of us for a little bit. But so that's something. And but anyway, what they thought is that maybe there's all this chatter about something that the Duergar have or something that the Darrow have, and we think we might have a lead on getting a hold of it ourselves. That's, I mean, for all his faults, I think he might have actually gotten some useful information out of the tree, the tree elf.
What is Skinner? Where is this man?
Oh, I think he's over in his tent. I don't know. I've been over here for like 5 hours.
Oh.
I'm not getting off for a while. And either way, I avoid him if I can.
Is he, he's happier though.
Oh yeah, he's
Yes.
after he had his fun. I mean, he's, you know, he's good for a while, I guess. At least a couple of hours.
I'm just kind of hiding on the side of a tent, just like.
And do you have any other prisoners around? You know, I was going to help this new drow with her job. She's kind of, you know, just like these two. Just, you know, I was going to help her.
She's that's it's one of the that's one of the prisoner guards. That's why she has the prisoner and the prisoner guards. Like it's not. I don't know. I mean, you haven't been around. Like you don't.
I know it's been a long
okay.
time.
So yeah. So what now? What are we gonna do? Are we gonna? I mean, we have chess. I mean, we could play. I mean,
Oh, perhaps in the beach. Let me. I haven't been here in a while, and I want to soak in the experience again. If you allow me to.
yeah, sure.
So
sure.
perhaps I come back to you when we could play chess.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
She's just standing there speaking in a language we don't understand.
All
And
right.
we're like,
I shall see you soon.
Yeah.
It's great talking to you.
Yeah. Always. I wish we could just stay and talk more though.
I will. I come back. I
And
promise you.
Promise? Because
Pinky promise.
don't-
You know we like that down here. Pinky promise.
Oh.
I peek around the corner and I look at. Don't peek. Promise. You're breaking it bad.
I promised you. I come back. I promise.
All right. I hope.
I miss you. You know I miss you. I miss you.
I miss you too. I
Okay.
miss you too.
Okay. So I go. Let's go.
All right.
And-
You continue where? Where do you go?
While she
So,
was talking, I was gonna sneak up and peek into the second
Make a
tent.
stealth check. You
Yeah.
gotta get into another tent.
Oh yeah, I got it. That's 15 plus a lot. 9 plus another 14, 29.
Okay. Which tent do you want to go to? Because the second one he had just come out. He went into and came out of. Then there were 3 more past that. So where do you want
I
to
was
go?
gonna go to the one after the one he came.
Okay, that
out
one
of.
after the one.
I was peeking it.
You see there are several very ornate locked chests in this room.
Great.
I have rogue.
I don't care about that tent.
Okay. All right.
There.
Bypass the tent.
Yeah, well, there's still. I'm still keeping a lookout too, peeking in the next one as
All
well.
right. You can see another armory tent.
None of our stuff.
None of your stuff.
Still nothing. Dang,
There's one more. Well, there's 2 more technically.
I look at kind of up to him and just kind of come this way towards me
Alright.
just a little bit, and I'm gonna peek into the next one.
All right, you duck into the next tent. You saw Kimbleton, and like at the end of your conversation, you saw Kimbleton is like waving you to go over there.
So I guide her and I go, let's go.
Okay, the guy that you're talking to says, "Oh, you're going this way. You know, this is where I'm stationed for the next few hours. This is great. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Like I am supposed to be over
I'll
here
stop
anyway."
singing that song and switch to distraction.
Which does what?
Never mind, I don't do that. I don't do that at all. I don't do it.
Okay, I was gonna say because then it'll free the other 2.
Yeah.
So yeah. He's just like follow. He's like, I was going this way anyway. I was going over here anyway. And where do you go?
You just do me a favor here, Jim Jam.
Yeah.
Tell me how many rounds she should check off.
Yeah,
of,
do tell me that actually.
We'll say 5 rounds at this point. I didn't. Yeah, is it limited to I didn't know it was limited to a number of rounds. Uh oh.
That's okay.
Maybe running out of time.
Is there
really.
any way like I can motion to him to go first and I stay behind and quickly turn around and cast Charm Person on one of the other guys while she's singing?
Sure. Yeah. Where do you want to tell him to go?
I'm just saying, I go. I follow behind. We follow behind you.
It's okay. All right.
And so as he turns, I'm gonna turn real quick and
Okay.
cast Charm Person on one of the other
Make
guys.
make a bluff check.
Okay.
Really easy one.
Oh yeah,
But just
you
make
know.
it for me.
Let's see.
That historian says they didn't slay all 3 of them. Where is the murder hobo A-team when you need them?
19 plus 11.
Oh! 19 plus 11. Yeah, I don't know why I'm rolling dice over here. It doesn't matter what I do. So he's like, all right, yeah. He starts moving ahead, and you quickly turn around and cast Charm Person on one of the other fascinated drow. Go ahead. You got to beat their spell resistance.
3. So I rolled a 3, and then I add
13.
my 11. I mean,
Yeah,
10.
that's enough. Yeah,
Yeah?
that's still enough. Yeah, it's the only. Basically, I think the only way you can fail is on a 1.
Oh, okay.
So just don't roll that 1. So you quickly charm the. Does it get a penalty to anything like that? Because I.
Yes.
For being fascinated?
-4 penalty on skill checks made as reactions.
Yeah.
Any obvious threat, such as someone drawing a weapon, casting a spell, or aiming a weapon at the target, automatically breaks the effect.
Okay. Tries to make a will save. Fails his will save. Fails the will save. You've charmed 2 of the guards. There's still the 3rd one. Fascinated by the song, but for how much longer? In fact, that would be 1 more round for sure. She cast a spell.
It will also linger for 2
Linger
rounds.
for. Oh yeah, because you have to linger, so that might save you.
So if
All
we
right.
can get out of here, he'll hear
What
it for 2
do
more
you
rounds.
do? You've got 2 of them now that are your very best friends.
I feel like we should have charmed the last one just in case.
I'm in a tent.
Oh,
I'm
I'm gonna try.
You are? Okay.
I feel like we need to. 20 on the die.
20 on the die. You just blow past this thing's spell resistance, which is nothing.
6, yeah.
Sorcerers are so amazing. They
Yeah,
are.
they are.
So
We
baller.
just have a band of drows coming with us.
A natural 4 on my will save. 3 charmed drow. You're very best friends now.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 of them.
1 more round of fascination gone.
So I go, let's go.
Okay?
So now, not only do they have one person, one drow leading Sir Krag, but there's now a group of 4.
There's now a whole group of them.
Just walking around with Krag.
Once I see that she has actually charmed the other 2, I'll stop singing.
Okay. Stop singing. The 2 drow nearest you guys sort of snap out of it after a minute, and they recognize you, kinda, and you're their very best friend. They don't. Why were we so worried about you? It's just you. There was no reason. I'm so sorry
It's
that I almost drew my sword on you. I can't believe I did that. That is ridiculous.
It's okay. Just don't do it again.
I
okay?
would never.
Okay.
Now, if I saw a dwarf, I would attack him immediately and flay him and cut him into tiny bits. But not you.
Oh, okay.
But not you. Never you. A dwarf, though, dead. You, best friends for life.
Oh, great. Okay.
What are we doing?
I don't have a message.
What are we doing here?
I went in that one
We're
tent.
walking towards the tent, towards Kimbleton, whatever
the second
Kimbleton
to last
said.
tent.
Kimbleton. You begin walking, and the
So-
first drow, who you like, go ahead.
Wait, can I like run up to him?
Well, he's like, right now he's like just about to grab the flap of this tent and to open it to go
Is
in.
that the same tent that he's in?
Yes.
And I go,
Oh,
wait.
yes.
Oh, you
Well,
know.
what?
I forgot. Do you like my hair?
I love your hair. It is so good. We have just all of us. It's the white hair. And look, white hair is great, but there's no variety. Everybody, white hair, white hair, white hair, white hair. And then you come along, black hair.
Oh, I know.
A black hair. Wait, it's beautiful.
And then I go, oh, and
Can I have a little bit?
Oh, you want a little bit?
I want a little bit of your
okay,
hair.
because there once was a dwarf that wanted my hair and then ran away from stuff. So
Things.
things. So I take one of my braids and I go.
You just
Oh my
rip it out
gosh,
of your
you
head?
guys.
Yes, it doesn't hurt. So I just.
You have a short
Thank you.
sword.
I
Good lord.
I
will
believe that's
cherish
minus
this.
4 to AC.
No, I'm okay. Come on.
I will cherish this
Are you
forever.
doing anything?
I wanted to know what was
What are
inside.
you doing
Well,
inside?
what did I find inside that tent?
Okay, you find a whole bunch of. It looks like supplies for the camp, as near as you can tell.
Right.
Did you hear me at all? Did you roll perception check?
Oh yeah. Let's see if I heard her say that. I rolled a 2.
I mean, she yelled pretty loud.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
you would. She's right outside the tent. You would hear
All right.
her.
I'm
yeah.
going to then go towards the back and like kind of go underneath.
Stealthin'.
I'm
Give me that stealth check.
I'm gonna stealth underneath all that. That's a 9 plus my 14, so yeah.
9
what
plus
number that comes to?
14.
So 23.
3.
23.
Thank you so much. Now, why? Let's go. I mean, you wanted to come in. You wanted to come in here. Let's go in here.
Sure. Yes, we were coming in. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. We go in the tent.
I'm gonna wait outside of the tent with the prisoner.
I'm standing on the side like, crap.
What are you rolling?
Pretty bad perception checks, except for one of them.
Which one?
One of them starts walking around the tent, idly looking at stuff. He's like, "Why? What did you want in here?" And he starts walking around. He starts walking. He's just kind of moving around, and he steps right there. You're under this table.
Oh no, I was going under the tent to go
You were,
outside.
you were going to go up and
To go
under. Okay, you were going
outside of it.
out. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's just wandered around, and he stops for a moment, and he looks at the back of the tent. Wanders over to it. He's looking at it. You can see something caught his attention.
Oh, and I go, oh, you know.
How do you like my hair?
Wait, which one is? Is it one of the other two?
It's one of the other two, yeah.
Oh, I go, oh, you know, I wanted to give you some of that wine. Could we get
Yes.
some more?
The wine and
Yes.
there are like various supplies for the camp, and they all find a vessel, a cup. Like one of them has a drinking horn, one has a cup. They all sit up around this table. The lieutenant slams the bottle of wine down on the table and he starts pouring cups for everybody.
Great, let's
Yeah.
drink. Yes, drink.
This is great.
Right.
I'm so glad that you're here
Oh.
with us. We were so bored out there.
You know, I wanted to really look at the weapons that these Sunseekers were, the prisoners.
Oh yeah. We have those locked away.
Oh, yeah?
They said that there was a lot of magic, and they didn't want to mess with it just yet. So they locked them away until they had time, because they wanted to deal with some outcast who they caught too.
Oh.
They were going to deal with that and then check out all the weapons and equipment that we took off the.
Where do you know the
surfacers.
weapons, and where's this other one? Where are they?
You talk about the outcast? Oh, she's got them. I wouldn't
No,
go
I
in
don't.
there. I don't
mean,
know what's happening
but
there.
the magical weapon, because you know I like magic, so I
Yeah,
wanted
well, of
to
course.
see these
You wanna
beautiful
see them?
weapons. Yes.
I'm really not supposed to let anybody
But you know
in.
we're friends, and
I am,
and
though.
you know I would love if I could just see it.
He's got this lock of your hair, and he's like,
Do you
"All
want
right,
another
all right,
lock?
all right." But for like
Okay.
a minute, because if we get caught
Oh, I
messing
know.
with that stuff,
I know.
I will literally be flayed from head to toe,
So then
like all of my flesh gone.
I understand.
And then I will probably be turned into something really horrific.
You can stay here. Just you tell me where.
Oh
and
no,
I
I
go
can't say.
peek.
I have the keys. I have to take.
Oh,
I don't
you
have.
hand me
yeah.
the keys. You know we're friends. Oh, come on. Please.
I'll take you over there, but I can't give you the keys.
Okay.
Okay. He
Okay.
turns to his friends. He's like, "You guys want to go?" I'm like, "Yeah, we want to hang out with her. We want to hang out. Let's go look at the thing."
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
Let's
You're doing
go.
great. This is fantastic.
And they start leading you away out into one of the other tents. And there's this tent, and it's just several large,
I'm sorry.
very finely made, iron-bound chests. The wood part of it is made of this very deep gray material. I mean, you've been down. You know that down here, like there's a very tough fungus that is used as lumber down here. Stuff that grows huge and is as hard as the hardest wood of trees on the surface. And he takes you over to one of the boxes and he unlocks it and opens it up. And inside, I mean, like you recognize a whole bunch of stuff. And he goes over to another of these boxes, opens it up, flips it up. You can see that in these 2 chests are all of your things, the whole groups.
Wow, these are beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, some of this stuff comes right from the surface. Some of it, though, looks like it has been down. I mean, like I can recognize the make on some of the stuff, but a lot of the stuff from the surface. I mean, it'll probably just go into some matron's collection, unless any of it's really good, and then maybe it'll get used. But chances are it'll go into some collection as curios for some.
Is there any way that I can pick up one of the blades and be like, oh, tell me about this, and then maybe like look towards. I want to use Mage Hand to create a distraction out. What do I want to do? I want to create a distraction behind me. To get
Well,
me
let me before you get into that, let me ask, what in the heck is Claret doing with Krag? Because Krag is looking at you like he has no idea what is going on.
Neither do I.
Of
That's
course.
the thing.
You're just
But did you
standing
look
outside.
in the chest?
No, I had said I was waiting outside.
Yeah,
originally,
you
because I
saw
was
them.
waiting for
You see
Kimbleton.
them come back out,
Oh,
and they're all following her into this other tent.
I thought you were
then
with
I'll,
me.
I'll look
Sorry.
at her like.
Wait, am I back? Coming?
No,
okay,
this has
if I-
already happened. So like you
Okay.
saw her like
Go
go
in.
into this other place. You don't know where Kimbleton went. Unless you what are you doing, Kimbleton?
Well, when because when they were in that tent and they started
Yeah.
leaving, I was like on the outside,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna start following them too.
Sorry. So Kimbleton comes around the as Claret as Savine goes into one tent. Kimbleton comes around the back of the tent. It's like, what's going on?
And I'll kind of like.
She's doing good.
And so I'll kind of follow and listen at the.
Okay.
The front
and you
of the
can hear
tent.
some talking inside.
Should,
Right.
You know what? Should we undo his bindings and give him a sword so then we'll just go in and get them? We'll drop on them, right? All
Why
right.
not?
All right. We undo Krag's bindings and we give him a sword.
All right. Like
Yeah.
this, he understands. This he gets.
gets.
Okay, he's like, finally, what something I can participate in.
Can you sing a whisper song to have her have their backs turned to the front of the?
This might be the time for that other song you were talking about.
Distraction.
That's what you had mentioned. I don't know exactly what it
But-
does, but it sounds like.
I can use it to counter magic effects that depend on
okay.
sight. But I could use ghost sound near her
Yeah.
and I'll just send a whisper right by her
Okay.
to
All right.
let her know their backs to the front of the tent, if possible.
So you want the sound near her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or no, I take it back. I'm gonna send a sound towards the back of the tent.
Okay. All right.
That's better. It would distract them.
So
is
things are
going
going to happen
so
pretty quickly after that. Okay. I'm going to give you guys, because you guys set this whole thing up, a surprise round.
Oh, it's
Okay.
Okay. And it might not go anywhere. Like if you guys, because you guys can choose to do whatever you want in the surprise round. Like, but as far as they're gonna hear this sound, that's gonna give you just enough time to get the jump. If you intend to just go in,
the ground.
swords blazing, it's up to you. But there's this loud sound, like 2 rocks smacking together at the back of the tent. All 3 of the drow turn all of a sudden, hands on their blades, as if startled for a moment. Each of you can take 1 action.
I think I know what Krag does is that he goes up and he cleaves them.
So Krag, this
Yeah.
is his moment. He's
So-
just rushing in
Oh yeah.
at the nearest enemy.
Yeah.
I'm going at one as well too.
You rush for another enemy. Sabine, what do you do?
Wait, hold on. I'm going to cast. Well, I'm gonna touch the lieutenant,
Whoa.
and
Oh, that's I don't know that.
Who inside he says it's getting all Scooby Doo up in here.
I'm going to touch lieutenant and cast shocking grasp on
Shocking
him.
grasp. Oh, that's a bad one. All right.
That's,
Okay. I'll tell you what. Make this real simple.
Oh, yeah.
You also have an action. What are you gonna do?
I was going to start singing.
Start singing.
Oh, it's going to be a massacre.
Dang.
This is not.
Give me an
good for
attack
them.
roll. Somebody give me an attack roll for Krag.
Oh, I really want to do it for Sir Krag.
What's the?
Here, I got the.
Oh, right there. That's the one.
These guys are flat-footed. No idea what's happening.
That is a 19.
Oh, that's a-
That's good enough on
That's
a
a
flat-footed.
17 on the die.
Oh, that's definitely gonna hit.
Yeah.
Okay, you rush in. Your long sword bursts into flames, and you ram it through the back of one of these drow who's like distracted by this sound. It bursts through the other side. Blood goes everywhere. There's a shower of sparks as his flesh begins to incinerate. You pull it out. Blood gushes out of the wound. And he drops to his knees, falls flat on his face. Krag, similar thing, kinda, rushes in and just huge overhand chop right into the top of another of these drow's heads, splits his skull open. Your best friend in the whole world,
so
sees
sorry.
all of this, looks over in pure shock, is like, we have to stop them, and you reach out and lay your hand
Shock
on
him
his
more.
chest and unleash hell inside his body, and he starts to shake as sparks crawl through him, tearing him apart from the inside, and his eyes explode out of his face, and he blasted backwards as the energy is expended.
B team, best team.
All three of
B team,
them
best team.
dead.
Yes! Legs.
There's the murder hall bonus. You
We just wanted
guys.
them to feel
for
loved
it, though.
and like they were in a safe space before we tore them to shreds.
Really,
It's fine.
you know,
You
just-
guys
That's
are like standing there, like
Oh, wait.
like living down, like the adrenaline pumping in your veins. Victory ringing out, and you're high on victory. You know you have your equipment right before you, everything that you need to get out of
Yes.
here. And then you hear a sound,
No.
distant but growing, a wail, echoing through the entire encampment.
Does it say Shire?
No,
Dragon?
it is a scream of agony as somewhere, unbeknownst to you, Adla begins to turn and morph into something horrific. And now, we are going to stop.
Wait. Don't do that to us. Look at
I'm
this.
afraid I'm going to do it.
No. Listen, we're good for 5 hours. We're good for.
Ashley's not here.
Ashley's not here.
Yeah, we could just keep going.
It is too hot.
I'm gonna hit the power button.
He's about to leave because Texture has suffered
it's
now.
Amazing.
It's too hot to play late into the night. It was a fun session, though, guys.
Yeah, that was fun.
What
I
happened?
hate you.
We'll find out later.
But no, I just
You tried to kill me.
did we do a show?
Oh, never mind. I know what you're doing now. Okay, yes, you got us.
I don't know what.
Hey, where
Good,
are you, baby?
Quigley.
Hello, yes, hi, I'm here. What happened?
I had
Very
a dream
good.
I was a
Very good.
sorcerer and a
Oh,
rogue.
how
and-
odd.
Yeah, and I had a weird accent.
That's
Oh.
crazy. I had a dream that I was just there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I was there too.
And even Jim Jam was there as well.
I was there. It was
Jim
amazing.
and Jared was over there.
Jared was-
Guys, we were the #1 Pathfinder show in all of Twitch history.
B team, best team.
B team, best team. All right.
And we did it before the A team. Shots fired.
Social is telling me that we had 44 shares this
Wow,
week.
awesome.
Eligible shares for the prize. That's awesome. Really loving that, guys. You guys keep sharing every episode for more prizes. Now we just have to roll for a winner.
Oh yes.
I think that it's either Savine or Claret. You guys
That was some
rocked
rockstar
it.
ness. Yeah.
Yes,
She gets
I
it.
think
You want to
it
go
was
with
very
Savine?
good.
That
you want to
was
go? All right,
impressive.
Diana,
Well,
you are
thank
gonna
you.
roll for a winner.
All right.
Totally.
I'm still
You-
shaking.
I don't even remember your character from last week. This one was so good.
All right.
Not even
Let's
6
see.
feet tall.
That's perfect.
37.
37. One of those late shares. Nice. Somebody who got in just under the radar. slipped in at the last second, you are going to win the prize pack. Social is going to let me know who that is in just a moment. I want to remind you guys that our prizes this week are coming thanks to Paizo. Go over to paizo.com if you want any Starfinder or Pathfinder material. You can find it there. APs, source books, maps, anything. It's all there. It's all awesome. Updates on the playtest, which is coming out pretty soon. I am super excited. I'm going to be at Gen Con. I'm going to get my own playtest book there. Cannot wait. But then again, that's all at paizo.com. Sirenscape, you've been hearing it all night. It has really added to the awesomeness of this episode. Sirenscape.com, you can try out the app for free. I promise you, your players are gonna love it. It's awesome. Try it out for free. And Brick Warriors, you guys notice we have Brick Warrior versions of ourselves. We build them, Krag builds them all using awesome pieces from brickwarriors.com. And if you find $10 worth of stuff on brickwarriors.com that you like, make sure that you use the code BRICKKRAG so that you can get 10% off your order. We have a winner, and it is a longtime friend of the show, John Goodman.
Yay, John!
John Goodman!
Congratulations, John!
John Goodman, chances are, because I know you're a patron, we have a Patreon. If you're new to the show tonight, know that we do have a Patreon. If you want to support us, it's over at patreon.com/thatdragonshow. We have tons of awesome rewards for patrons. And John Goodman, chances are, we already have your address because you've been a long time friend of the show. But if
And
you
we
would send
saved
it to
that
us
stuff.
anyway on Facebook or on Twitter or wherever you want to, just get a hold of us privately. Let us know your address so that I can make sure that these prizes get to you. And if you want them signed, just remember that since there are so many people missing this week, we have to wait a little bit till they get back so we can get all of it signed. Same thing if you won a prize last week. We are waiting for all the signatures. So remember that stuff is going to come in. To those of you who have been throwing out bits all night, thank you guys so much. That is another great way to support the show. Bits subscriptions are awesome. If you are an Amazon Prime member, you can subscribe to us for free. It just supports the show for nothing, at no cost to you. Supports the show. It's an amazing thing to do.
And
if you have been subscribing through Prime, remember that you have to reselect it every month. It's not just it doesn't just carry through. You get a free subscription every month, but you have to actively subscribe to us each month.
And not only that, but another great way to support the show is just word of mouth. Telling your friends about it, telling your mother about it, telling your
Dog.
about it, tying
Fish.
people up and forcing them to watch it on Friday night. Also, very good. I'm sorry.
I
That,
wonder about that.
but Madrox85 has followed. Thank you for
Yay,
following.
thank you so much.
Yes, if you're just following us right now, make sure to join us every week, Friday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where you can win prizes and watch a crazy group of people do crazy, insane things in our imaginations.
Absolutely.
B-team.
B-team.
B-team, best team.
B-team,
All right.
best team. Thank you guys so much for watching us. We really love coming in, even in the oppressive heat. We love playing
120
Pathfinder so
degrees.
much.
Yeah.
Like, actually, by the end of it, when you guys were into it, like, I barely even noticed what was
Yeah, me
happening because I was
neither.
just so into it. You
Oh,
guys
that was great.
really, really
I
awesome.
mean,
Touch the side of that camera.
Yeah, I know it's very hot. It's very
also,
hot camera.
this seat might be sticky from sweat.
This is a very gross
Personally,
cave
I
right
am
now.
sticky.
But it was still fun. It was still a fun game.
We're gonna go have popsicles.
We're gonna go have some popsicles.
Popsicles.
We'll see you guys next Friday night. We're gonna go eat
Good
some
night.
popsicles.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Good night,
guys.
Bye.